and he's mentioning dietary laws. Are you allowed to eat pork, buddy? So that means you have a different faith than Jesus. Oh, well, your brethren do. According to them, it's clean.
Okay, so Adam, right there. Okay, so right there. Now that you made that word, go ahead.
Bro.
No, hold on. So now, word. Now address what he just said and explain.
Be real,
bro. Adam, allow me to keep control of the conversation.
He talked for 2 minutes. I wasn't even done talking.
Did you just not? Okay. Did you just not make a claim? You're asking. You asked him a damn question, dude. You said, "Are you allowed to eat pork?"
Rhetorical question, obviously. What is he going to do? He say yes or no? Obviously, it's rhetorical.
Okay,
right?
so allow him to address it so that you're not allowed to misrepresent anything he believes. Go ahead, word.
I believe that Jesus Christ said that I did not come to abolish the law, but to see that it is fulfilled. So there are areas in the law that are still binding, and also that you can hold right now to the glory of God if this is your personal conviction. I don't eat pork. I haven't touched that stuff in years. You know what else I do not eat? I don't eat rabbit. I don't eat camel. I don't eat shellfish. And these are the things that I see that are actually within my Bible. Now, if you want to go with a presupposition and go with a generalization and say that it must apply to me because I believe in Jesus, well, you're just guilty of that. A presupposition and a generalization.
Go ahead, Adam.
Okay, this is absolutely embarrassing. If you think you have to refrain from eating pork, you don't follow your Bible, because in Matthew it specifically says all food became clean with Jesus' statement. He made all foods clean. So you're just avoiding pork like an idiot when technically you're allowed to eat it. So just because you don't choose to doesn't mean it's not permissible. So you're just embarrassing yourself. Like you look like an idiot right now. I'm sorry, but it's true. Like, what are you even doing up here?
You're arguing with a sign board.
Wait. It's okay.
And I could go to Paul too, where Paul says it's clean too.
Mute him. Okay, so now I'm going to respond. You said Jesus is a Muslim. Did Jesus eat pork?
You can answer, Adam.
So why did you bring that up?
Absolutely not.
Did Jesus eat camel?
You mentioned it.
You
mentioned dietary law. Bro, this guy's an idiot. Maverick, I can't talk to this guy. He said
because that's part of your paradigm.
You brought up dietary laws.
Correct. Yo, if you're just gonna do ad hominems, boot him.
I tried to.
I brought it up. Why are you complaining?
A mature engagement.
I told you.
I tried to tell you.
Bro, you're stupid. You're not even close to my level yet, bro. I'm sorry. You're an idiot. It's true.
I got his bottle on warmer. He got a
That's Adam, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, something to be expected from Muslims, and I have experienced this from a Muslim personally myself. When they, I don't know, but basically, what seems to always be the case is when you repeat the same thing over and over again, and they either just don't get it or they don't want to get it. They end the conversation with, "You're not qualified to speak with me. You're not on my level."
Yep.
Yeah, that's Muslims for you. Not all Muslims, but that is what you can definitely expect from Muslims.
Yep, absolutely. Is this Josh? Josh, are you requesting up?
So the context was it about Jesus being a Muslim?
It was about Jesus being a Muslim, correct.
And Word was arguing something about the diet of Jesus not lining up with the Islamic diet, I'm assuming, right?
Essentially, yeah. He was making, I mean, he didn't even get to his second point. His essential point was that from a dietary aspect alone, that Jesus could not be a Muslim. That was it. They never got past that, right? And then it ended up shifting into somehow Adam asking the Word is the way about his dietary habits, which he then misrepresented, right? And then on top of that, he misrepresented Word, because Word at no point ever stated that he disagreed with the dietary laws being fulfilled by Christ. He gave his own personal reasons for still abiding by the original dietary code, and it had nothing to do with the fact that Jesus didn't say that the foods were clean. It was from a personal health aspect for him. But Adam isn't mature or intelligent enough to understand things like that, right? Because his thing is, well, Jesus made it clean, therefore you're an idiot because you're not following, because you're stupid, because you're not on my level. This is what Adam thinks is winning, right? And you should be embarrassed and ashamed of yourself. You should be, honestly.
And if I could add, in Romans chapter 14 and 1 Corinthians 8, Paul actually touches on the issue of eating food and eating certain foods that you don't feel comfortable eating. If you're convicted about it, don't eat it.
Right.
I think it says in Romans 14 that anything that's not of faith is sin. So if Word is convicted when he eats pork or whatever, he shouldn't eat it. Otherwise, he's in sin. So Word is not, an idiot for, because Jesus fulfilled the law, which is true. If he's convicted about it, he shouldn't eat it, and that's in line with Scripture.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam, and here's the thing, brother. Like, you keep on, and what everybody's telling you. Thank you so much. Evolution is dead for the money, God. Appreciate you, man. God bless you. Thank you so much. That brings us at 4 out of 5 for the original goal. That's close. And guys, yes, we do still have the super chat goal going on YouTube as usual. Johnny rather, did Matthew 3 last night on Discord. We will be doing Matthew 4 tomorrow. crossunit.net/Discord if you guys are not in the CrossUnit Discord. And it looks like we got the goal achieved with Whispers sending another money gun. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. That's already 5 out of 5 money guns. You guys are going, bro. I don't even know what to say anymore. And yes, we will. We are going to continue on with the super chat goals, guys. We already have a backlog, especially thanks to your favorite Arab who was over there dropping all kinds of gifted subs in Bears live stream yesterday. Thank you for that, brother. He drops it on his YouTube. Apparently this guy's a millionaire and I don't mind it. So you come through whenever you want, your favorite Arab. Yeah, we still have to do 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9 for Matthew. And those will just continue to backlog, guys, and we will continue to do them. Every time a super chat goal is met, we're going to add another one, and we're going to go ahead and have that study together. It is extra time out of our an already busy schedule, but in my opinion, nothing more worth doing than studying the Bible, guys. You know what's funny is I've been noticing, ladies and gentlemen, that it seems like guests are harder and harder to come by on TikTok especially. And I'm kind of glad that, there are other avenues of getting guests, but yeah, it seems like it's kind of dying out. Josh is requesting up. Josh, what's up, man?
What's going on? I just want to run something by you if you don't mind.
What's up?
I've come to learn that, like, if Jesus is fully human, he must have the ability to sin, right?
Jesus is fully human.
Not necessarily.
No, that's
Not
what I'm saying.
necessarily.
Yeah. Being human doesn't necessitate you being able to sin. No.
Okay, so would you say that all, like, normal humans have the capacity to sin?
Humans who are not divine persons? Yeah, we are. I mean, obviously, right?
Okay.
Jesus, I guess you could say he was prone to sinning because of the human body. However, due to his divine nature is why he never committed a sin.
Exactly.
Perfect. Exactly. So, like,
Hey, Josh, what's your faith, real quick?
I'm Muslim.
Okay, just checking. No worries. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, like, if Jesus is fully human, and if Jesus is fully divine, he must be incapable of sinning. But if Jesus is both fully human and fully divine, capable of sinning and incapable of sinning are direct opposites.
Well, what? Do me a favor. Can you explain what George just? Maybe you didn't understand. What did George?
I didn't hear his question, to be honest.
Yeah, so he's saying that having the ability to sin and not having the ability to sin are direct opposites. So that's why I'm telling you, when George told you, what did you understand when George gave you the answer he gave you about his divine nature precluding?
Yeah, what I understand about what George said about his divine nature would be his divine nature is what is incapable of sinning.
Okay.
But his person's his human, I guess, part is capable of sinning.
Josh, what
Hold
I
on,
meant
can
to
I just?
Go ahead.
I'm
Go
so
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I really want to answer this
No,
question.
please go
though.
ahead. You're more than welcome. Please.
So what is the argument here? Because to say, to be able to sin and not be able to sin is like your whole you don't have an argument right now, because Christ, the divine person, taking on a second nature and being truly human has nothing to do with the ability. Sin is not an attribute of being human. So if he obtains all the properties that it is to mean to be a human, What is the argument from him not being able to sin because he's divine? Like, what is the argument? What does sin have to do with him being human?
Yeah, because like from what we understand is like there's something called I guess it would be called impeccability, and like there would be a conflict between being able and being unable to sin.
All right, how about this? How about let's just keep it simple. Can you define what you mean by sin here?
Sin would be, I guess, the ability to do wrong or to stumble or
According to what?
Or go against God's will.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So you're basically saying that God should be able to contradict himself if he goes against his own will? You're saying he should have the ability to go against his own will?
No, I'm saying if Jesus is,
no, that's
God,
what you're saying.
No, what
you
I'm saying is
defined sin as going against the will of God, and then said, "How come God can't do this?"
Yes, but what I'm saying is I don't believe Jesus is God. That's the thing. Like you do. But what I'm saying here is
no.
Like,
if you don't believe Jesus is God, and then you're using your presupposition to say, well, if he's a human and he can't sin, then that's a contradiction. You're baking in your presupposition. What do you mean if he's human? So you're already coming against the fact that you know that we believe he's God, and then you're saying, but he can't sin. It doesn't. Of course he can't sin, because sin is going against the will of God.
Okay, could I try to restate this? Because like I'm talking about the fact of the matter is like if Jesus is fully human, he must have the ability to sin. Otherwise, how is he like us?
You just said sin is going against the will of God. And we don't believe he's fully human. We believe he's truly human. And there's a big difference there, because fully would entail like some sort of measurements.
Okay, if Jesus is truly human, he must have the ability to sin. Otherwise,
what's the
how is he
argument for
like
that?
us?
That's the argument I'm looking for.
That's the premise. That's my presupposition, I guess, that you're saying I'm making. I don't even know if
There's no argument for that. There's no argument that says to be a human, you must sin. There's no argument for that.
What doesn't being human entail some sort of potential for change?
No. Nope.
So being human doesn't mean there's a potential for change.
No, potential for change. You're completely shifting the goalpost now.
I'm not.
Everything in creation has potentiality.
Okay, good. Now you understand.
That has nothing to do with the fact that sin is going against the will of God, and being human doesn't necessitate sinning. Now, what's the argument that being human necessitates sin?
Being that there is a potentiality for change.
No, change and sin are not the same. Change and sin, you're moving the goalpost again. Let's not shift.
Or are you gonna completely just like?
No, I'm gonna keep you in the pot.
Why would you do that? I'm trying to have a fruitful discussion.
Why would I do that? Because you're doing a shuffle, and I'm trying to keep you in a pot.
Yeah, I'm not doing a shuffle. I'm trying to lay out my argument.
No,
you're not tracking.
You define sin as going against the will of God. Then you said it's necessary to sin to be a human. What's the argument for that?
Yeah. So to be a human, it implies a distinction in agency, either to go towards the will of God or go away from it. Now,
where are you getting that from? According to whom?
I'm getting it from the Bible and the Quran.
Show me.
Okay, so you want scriptural? I was just trying to present a logical argument, but I'll pull it up. Don't worry.
Well, if you're presenting a logical argument, you're going to have to present a logical definition for what it is to be a human.
Oh, well, I mean,
which means you would have to have a source regardless. So you can't bring a logical argument and got no sources.
Do you want me to define what a human is?
Yes.
So a human is a bipedal primate mammal belonging to the species Homo sapiens. Okay, it's distinguished by advanced cognitive abilities, articulate speech, and complex social structures.
Okay. Where is the sin?
Where's the sin? It's going to be
in the definition.
Yeah, so the fact that we're distinguished by advanced cognitive abilities, that's where...
No, that just means we have rationality and animals don't.
Yes, okay, that's what that means.
That's what that means. That's what it means to be a human, to have animality and rationality. Where's the sin?
Okay, the sin is going to come from a choice that comes with rationality.
Oh, so now it's a choice. Wait. So to be is it necessary to make choices to be a human?
Yes.
Oh, so babies aren't humans?
Babies still make choices.
Babies make choices.
Yep, they still have motive.
Rational decisions.
they still have rationality.
Give me an example of one baby who made a rational decision.
When it decided to eat the food that somebody hadn't put in front of it.
Give me an example. Give me a name of a person historically that was an infant who made a rational decision.
Yep, the infant makes rational decision.
Give me
to
the
pick up
name
the
of a
Cheerio.
person.
Okay, my
historically.
niece Riley, she picked up a Cheerio and ate it. She has rational abilities. What's your deal? Like I'm not here for this.
That's
low
not.
tier.
That's
This is just so.
I know
it's
I'm a
not
low
gonna be.
tier, guys.
You're
Now I'm
making
a
this
low
not
tier.
fruitful. We could be having fruitful conversation.
Prove to me that babies make rational decisions. That infants can make rational decisions.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
Not by your own
this is brain rot.
subjective
This is sad.
optics.
This is so sad.
What's sad is that look, he left. Oh my god, I baked him off the stage. Oh my god. Thank you, Maverick. Yo, I need that one.
You're good.
Sorry.
You're good. Bear and I were actually talking about that. How like you have that ability to like make people leave. It annoys me because I don't have that ability. Like they just keep fighting with me. You ask like 2 questions and they're gone. And she always does that, guys. Like she does that all the time. And I'm like, how does she do that? When I ask questions, they just sit there lying and getting pissed off. When she asks questions, they leave.
They just leave. Oh man,
that one's going up on the channel. That's gonna be at least a short. I'm sending you guys a recording too. That's crazy, man.
That's so low tier.
That's crazy. You know, yeah, I don't know.
Yo, I need a Fuerte song for that one, bro.
I got you. Yeah, buddy. You know what's crazy too is that she doesn't even like get mad. He started getting more mad because she wouldn't let him off the point, and that to me was the craziest part. Like, it's like, bro, just answer the question. Because my next natural question was gonna be if he refused to engage her was, you do understand that when babies do things, it's instinctual, right? Babies have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea why they're doing it, right? A baby doesn't even understand why it's crying. It cries when it's hungry. These behaviors are instinctual, right? It's like a baby, like when my kids would already kind of know how to latch on when my wife was trying to nurse them because it's instinctual. There's no decision-making process involved. The baby's just doing it, right? It isn't until later on when they get older, when they understand, okay, I'm doing this or I'm doing this. That's it. Babies are not making decisions, guys. They are acting instinctually. So I found it very interesting that he said that babies make decisions to eat. No, they don't. Babies are eating because that is what they're wired to do. Okay? No more than when they soil themselves on their diaper. They didn't make the decision to do that. They did that because they had to use the bathroom. They didn't sit there thinking, I really gotta poop. Let's see. I don't know how to use a toilet yet. I don't know how to talk. You know, like, no, they're just gonna go in their diaper. There's no decision-making process involved. Peace is a mom, she knows that. I'm a dad, I definitely know that. I have changed, I in my life, I've changed probably the 565 million diapers. Believe me when I tell you, these kids are not walking around and poop because they want to, okay? That's just crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not Muslim would think that a baby has rationale.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know why.
Johnny, I'm gonna drop you on TikTok to have a slot open for the Muslims. Just stay up on Video Ninja, and then as people drop off, we bring it back up. Just so. What up, Jay? So Jay, I'm glad you're here because the Muslims, they're you know they're afraid of their own book. You know what I mean?
You want to?
No, you're good. Everybody else is good where they're at. I only need one spot. I was testing for a couple of streams, like only having 3 spots. It didn't matter. Like they're either gonna request up or they're not. You know what I mean? Because listen, guys. Everybody knows. Like On my panels, I don't allow nobody to jump anybody. You guys know, even if people start talking, I stop it quick. I don't care whose side you're on, right? You guys know I don't allow that. I keep the conversations as peaceful as I possibly can. So no Muslim can be like, oh no, I'm not going up there because they're all going to jump me. No, we're not. No, we're not. We always do one at a time. Even my regulars, even Bear, Peace, Avery, the Word and Johnny, they always ask, hey, can I talk to? Absolutely. And then that's it. And it'll be just one. So don't be making excuses, Muslims. J49, bro. I watched as much of that debate as I could. I think that I don't call him king. I call him Queen Dawa. I think that he has more concessions in a 10-minute period in debate history, bro. That was the worst. First of all, this dude said, I don't remember which botanical blunder this was. This clown said that in Israel they were sowing poppy seeds, right? And it was either poppy seeds, and then he stated later on that it was either the orchid or the poppy that grows as big or bigger than the mustard seed. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no seed whatsoever that grows, especially in relation to its size, than the mustard seed. Okay? And I even did a graphic on this. I'm releasing a talking head refutation to this tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on my YouTube channel. Go check it out, where it talks about the reasoning why Jesus specifically made an agricultural claim to people who would get the agricultural reference. If you were to use a what's the one that they're talking about now? The one that's smaller than a mustard seed, an orchid. That would make absolutely no sense, okay? Because Jews were not sowing orchid seeds, and you can't eat orchids, you idiot. Okay. On top of the fact that orchids don't grow anywhere near as big as the plants and trees that result from sowing a mustard seed. The same thing with poppy seeds. Poppy seeds will probably grow into like a shrub, but they will never get so big that birds can make their nests in them. And that was the point. If you use a poppy seed, if you use an orchid seed, now the parable makes absolutely no sense, because this was a parable about the extraordinarily small movement of disciples in an insignificant corner of the Roman Empire, which grew into what we now know as Christianity. That is the parallel between the mustard seed and what it grows into. Bought by Blood was kicking this dude around so bad, I was thinking about calling the police. It wasn't even fair anymore after a while.
What I'm really proud about is how many Christians and Muslims have finally come to botany. All our botany teachers are going to be really proud of us. We did not pay attention to the freaking plants unless it was some people paid attention to certain kind of plants, but
Yeah.
But when Bear was in school, he's not going like, bro, what? I'm not paying attention to the botany stuff, dude. Now Bear has become, and Maverick have become botanists, dude.
I'm a botanist.
Let me tell you this.
I had to sit there.
They know what this diameter, how big it is, what the size of the leaves are, and the birds can be sitting on the bloody branch, dude.
A mustard seed, ladies and gentlemen, can grow into a plant, into a tree, anywhere from 15, sometimes taller than 20 feet tall. Orchids, in case any of you haven't ever seen an orchid, pretty sure you've never seen an orchid that's 20 feet tall. Okay? Have you ever seen a poppy seed that grows 20 feet? No, it doesn't. These arguments are so stupid. And let me tell you something, and I may be giving some stuff away. Japstan, I'll get to you in a second. The issue is that when you're talking about parables, if you're going to look at the scientific aspect of it and claim that Jesus was wrong and completely ignore how it is extraordinarily functional for the parable, you had better be ready to explain why the hell your book has the sun setting in muddy water, okay? Despite the fact that there was nothing parabolic about it, because it even gave us the location of where it was setting and said, thank you, baby, and stated that there was a group of people in the location where the sun sets. Or why in Hadith your prophet stated that cumin cures all disease except for death.
Because life is
He
a
did
test.
say this. He did say this one crazy thing, guys. He said on the black seed, yeah, on the black seed, what he said was this, guys. Listen to this. When John said, Prophet Blood said, that listen, he basically said, even if it does some kind of a helps towards, in general, heal whatever the person is going through, okay, not the disease itself, just generally heal it, then that means the black seed thing is true, okay? So John said, look, does that mean like if you twist your ankle and you have cancer, if it helps with your ankle at that time while you have cancer, that does it mean that it has now fulfilled whatever that hadith is saying? And so King Dawa said yes. Now remember, guys, the actual hadith says it'll heal the disease. The disease, cancer is a disease of the cells. Okay, even if it gives you relief on some side effects like nausea and vomiting, that doesn't mean it is healing the disease.
Right.
That's just a side effect.
Right.
A sprained foot is something else, you know. Or your feet are swelling because it doesn't actually attack the cancer cells, the disease itself.
It was embarrassing.
That boy sat down.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing, guys. And I'm gonna tell you, once I saw this, because I was texting Duran, I was like, bro, I can't watch the rest of it. I said, first of all, I have secondhand embarrassment for Dawa. This is humiliating. It was so bad that even Central Dawa did not contribute at all. He was like, he stood completely out of it. There was a point where King Dawa kept getting off screen and you can see him looking for answers, trying to keep up with Bought by Blood. First of all, you didn't stand a chance at winning this debate anyway. Let me just start there, okay? You tried it on Bear on his stream. Bear absolutely bent you over and broke you in half, okay? You couldn't make an argument. Then you decided, oh, okay, that went so well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to engage in a formal debate with Bought by Blood. And I'm going to try to run the same argument, knowing full well that you had no arguments, right? Knowing full well that you blundered, knowing full well that you got caught lying scientifically, okay, botanically, because poppy seeds and orchids don't grow anywhere near as large as mustard seeds do when sown, okay? You are so bad at this, brother. It is unreal. In the Quran, Humble Lamb, thank you so much for the super chat, man. God bless you. In the Quran, it says, it talks about 3 of Jesus' disciples going to Antioch. Ibn Kathir says the 3 are John, Peter, and Paul. They planted churches and preached Christ crucified. So how can Islam claim them to be Muslims? Yeah, brother. I mean, that's guys, the screens are, I hope you guys can hear me, because once again, TikTok Live Studio has my screens flickering and going black. It only happens once a stream, but at this point, I'm going to have to, I hope you guys can still hear me. I hope all the guests come back up because it's crazy. I know the screen is green. Go to Live Studio. Yeah, I don't know what it is about TikTok Live Studio that it always does this, guys. So everybody who was here, go ahead and come back up. I hope you guys can still hear me. Can you guys still hear me on TikTok? Let me know let me know then. It should be good now. Let's accept everybody back up. Let's go ahead and fix this. It does this at least once a stream, guys. And you know what? Let me turn this off. I'm gonna restart the I'm gonna restart OBS Studio so that my aspect ratios are better. Give me about 10 seconds, guys. It does. I don't know why. I don't know why this happens every single time, and it's only TikTok Live Studio that does this every single time. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, okay, thank you, guys. Yeah, all my guests, go ahead and request. Okay, Bear is back. Yes, Jay is back. Okay, and also Japstan, I think your name was. If not, Zed, we'll go ahead and get to you until he requests back up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I wish I knew. I'm running everything exactly the way TikTok Live Studio wants, even though the settings are way below what my computer can do. But I even did that, and nothing. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna have to figure out what it is. But thank you so much for that super chat, brother. God bless you from Humble Lamb. Let's go ahead and click it on this side because it. All right. Yeah, so there was a lot of erroneous claims, guys. A lot of erroneous claims made by King Dawa. You know the sad part is, guys, and this is.
I can't hear you here on Video Ninja.
You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me on TikTok?
He said he can't. He said he cannot hear you on Video Ninja.
But you guys hear me on
We
TikTok?
can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, we can. Yes,
I'm
we
gonna
can.
Johnny.
hear
I'm
you.
gonna reset. I'll reset Video Ninja. Give me a second, okay?
Yeah, we could hear him, but he doesn't seem to be able to hear you on Video Ninja.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, what about now,
Okay,
Johnny?
I
You
can
good?
I can hear you now.
All right, cool. Yeah, it resets everything, bro. Even my Stream Deck stops working. Like I got to reset all my software. It's crazy. And literally, it's all guys. I run DaVinci Resolve, CapCut, OBS Studio, everything when I'm doing videos. Right? It's rendering. It's doing everything. I play video games. This never happens. The minute TikTok Live Studio is live, it starts flickering, doing all this crazy stuff. It's insane. It's insane. Like fix your stuff already, TikTok. You're forcing us to use it. Fix it already. Okay, seriously. All right, guys. So yeah, the amounts of blunders that were made by King Dawa were, I know he came in thinking he was going to do something, but he just got embarrassed. He got embarrassed on the mustard seed dilemma. He got embarrassed on the black seed dilemma. You know, your prophet, I almost feel like they hate Muhammad sometimes because they contradict him so much. Your prophet literally said that it heals all disease except for death. Aisha asked him directly what a certain word was, and he said, death, which means everything aside from that, everything that's not that is what it's going to heal. How do you defend that? How can you sit there with a straight face and defend that? Especially from somebody who claims that he used to be a Christian? Absolutely embarrassing, dude. Absolutely embarrassing. The guys, you know what? I never thought, you guys don't think I'm lying? The guys who are coming on scene now, okay? King Dawa and Korra and these other, and AN and all these other clowns, bring back Libiano and Dean, please. Please. I mean, they were embarrassing, but you guys are at another level of embarrassment. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Zed, you're on stage. Zed, you are on stage.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Excellent.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm a Muslim, man.
All right, welcome.
Welcome, man.
All right, brother. So, I lately I'm noticing that a lot of Muslims on social media are pretending like the Islamic dilemma doesn't exist. Why is that?
Islamic dilemma. Well, this Islamic dilemma is causing a lot of problems with Muslims.
Yeah, I know. That's why
Because
I'm
they
asking
can't
why
answer it.
why are they
They
why
can't
are,
answer it.
they can't answer it? Can you answer it?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, great.
Inshallah.
Do you know what the Islamic here? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what we're working with right here, guys. I bought this, guys. Buy this book, please. It's not that expensive. It is by Christopher W. Frost on Amazon. It is selling fast. It took mine a while to get here because it was on back order, and yeah, I
Hey, do you want him?
I'm sorry.
Real quick, do you want him to come on your live and do a whole session on the Islamic dilemma?
Yes, I've been trying to get a hold of Chris for years. I figured he just don't like Puerto Ricans.
All right. Let me go for it. I'll try to.
Johnny got the
and
joke.
only on Monday.
I'm sorry.
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Is that what you said, or what days are you?
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's.
You cut off Jay. He's what?
J49.
He's in UK time, so it'll probably be like.
Oh, I don't care. I'll do it around his schedule.
He's in UK time, so.
Yeah, I don't care. Jay, you know
Okay,
what? Send him my number and tell him to hit me up on WhatsApp because you have my number. I sent it to you on X.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll get him over.
What's up, George?
I'll get him over.
Yeah, Maverick, there's a person in the chat says, can you show the book again, please? I missed it. Anna.
It's
Yeah,
literally
Anna.
called The Islamic Dilemma. If you go on Amazon right now, Anna, The Islamic Dilemma, it's by Christopher W. Frost, but you don't even have to type that in. Just put in the Islamic Dilemma book. It'll pop. Believe me, it'll pop up. This thing is, I mean, this has been very lucrative for Brother Chris, and I'm very proud of him, and I'm very happy for him. Brother Zed, okay, so the Islamic Dilemma here. I'm going to read just the opening from Chris's book. I'm not going to give it away, guys. I'm only going to read the first couple lines so that you guys, so that we can operate from a solid premise and argumentation here, okay? Let me open, nope, not the preface. Let me get to the first page. Okay, the Islamic Dilemma. The Quran affirms the inspiration, preservation, and authority of the Torah and Injil as they existed in Muhammad's time and the centuries preceding it. The Quran contains theological and historical claims that fundamentally contradict the very Torah and Injil it purports to confirm. Following the argument presented above, one can conclude that the author of the Quran has failed to present a cohesive position and has established no genuine continuity with the Torah and the Gospel. Now, those are just the first couple of lines, guys, but I want to make this clear to you also, Zed, before we proceed. As a Christian, my mindset, I know as a Muslim that your mindset is that the Quran is the word of God, right? That he is the Quranic author. As Christians, because we know better, we don't actually operate under that premise. We operate under the premise that the Quran is literally only the words of Muhammad. Okay? So I want you, when we talk, I want you to keep that in mind so that there's no confusion about why we're saying certain things, okay? I don't want there to be any categorical mistakes. So briefly tell me, why do you think that the Islamic dilemma is not something you should be worried about as a Muslim?
It's because, firstly, the Bible doesn't confirm that they have the Torah and the Injil.
The Bible doesn't
confirm it?
confirm it?
Confirm it in your books, number one.
Wait, hang on, Zed. So right there, you said the Bible. You said the Bible doesn't confirm that we have the Torah and the Injil. The Bible is the Torah and the Injil. What are you talking about? You know what the Bible is? The Bible is the Old and the New Testament.
Saying that it is the Torah and the Injil.
So the Bible needs to call itself the Torah and the Injil?
It doesn't claim that.
I'm very confused.
To verify that it is the Torah and the Injil.
So the Torah, so the Torah and the Injil. Okay, all right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So it's important that we understand, right? Yeah, what this book is. This book is not from Muhammad, number one. It is the words of God and a revelation sent by God in the book. Now, do you have access to the Quran right now?
I do.
Wait. So Allah's revealed a Torah and Injil that we don't have, right?
Go to Surah 10.
Yeah, no, he's revealed it, but I'll tell you.
Right. So where is it? Okay, so it's not the one in the Bible. So then, what is it?
Okay, no. you said Surah 10. Okay, so we're going to Yunus. Okay.
Let the Quran speak.
Which verse?
Yeah, go to 10 because this is a start. This is 37 verse.
Verse 37. Okay. Okay, let's read 10:37.
To know where the Torah and Injil is, it's important you understand this verse.
Okay, great. Yeah. So let's read it. And it was not for this Quran to be produced by other than Allah, but a confirmation of what was before it and a detailed explanation of the former scripture, about which there is no doubt from the Lord of the worlds. Now,
Now stop right there.
You think that this helps you? Hold on, Zed. Just to be clear,
clarify something.
You think that this helps you?
Sure. No, I need to explain because you read it wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
You have to understand. It's important that you understand. Look, it says it right, yeah. Wama kana has al Qur'ana. Now you see, it says it, and not is this, meaning this, the Quran, that could be produced from other than Allah, but a confirmation which is before it or between his hands, right? And a detailed explanation of Al-Kitab, the book. So first we read the Quran. It said the Quran means reading, right? And how we confirm the reading, when we open the book, right? This book, yeah, the one that we are reading the verse about, is saying that it's confirming the reading. So when I open the book, Al-Kitab, the book, this book, the Quran. Quran means reading. So when we open it,
Zed, hold on. Zed, let me. Zed, hold on.
Is a reading and it's confirming.
Zed, let me stop you, brother, because what you're trying to do is you are providing an alternative interpretation.
Brother, this is just a start.
Zed, hold on, brother, because I didn't interrupt you. Okay, well, I did interrupt you, but you went on for a while.
That you know the difference.
It is important because what you did was you provided me an ayah that's actually not saying what you're saying. Look, I have three different. Look, I'm going to read the other two, okay? This is the Arbery translation. The Quran could not have been.
You didn't understand what I was trying to say here.
Okay, Zed, can I please read? Let me run my show the way I want to, okay? The Quran could not have been forged.
Dude,
once again, brother, wait, okay?
Okay.
The Quran could not have been forged apart from God, but it is a confirmation of what is before it and a distinguishing of the book wherein is no doubt from the Lord of all being. In the Pictal translation, and this Quran is not such as could ever be invented in despite of Allah, but it is a confirmation of that which was before it, and an exposition of that which is decreed for mankind. There is no doubt from the Lord of the worlds. Now, what's crazier about that is that not only hold on, Zed, can I please land my point? Can I please land my point? Now, if we go later on, okay, if we go later on in this surah, right, and we go from 34 or whatever we were on to 94, it says, so if you are in doubt, O Muhammad, about that which we have revealed to you, then ask those who have been reading the scripture before you. The truth has certainly come to you from your Lord. So never be among the doubters. Now, this is the reason why I brought this up, Zed, okay? Because I want to get into this, to meat and potatoes. Do you believe that the same God who revealed the Quran is the same God who revealed the Torah and the Injil?
Before I tell you where the Torah and Injil is,
brother,
it's important that you understand what
Zed,
I'm trying to explain to you regarding this verse.
I'm trying to remain patient, brother.
I haven't come to.
It's a simple question. Do you believe?
I will come to the cherry. I will come to the cherry.
Okay, do me a favor. Answer my question, and you can expound all you want. Okay. Do you believe that the God who revealed the Quran is the same God who revealed the Torah and the Injil?
Yes.
Okay. Now that you have answered that, now expound. Go ahead.
Thank you. Now you see the reason why I asked you to read this verse here, for you to then understand what I'm about to tell you next, is important. Right?
Okay.
There's a distinction between Al-Quran and Al-Kitab. The Quran means the reading. It's not Al-Kitab. It's not the written one. The Al-Kitab means the written one, right? So,
hey, brother.
So when I open this book,
no, it doesn't. Kitab means book.
So Zed, hold on, Zed. So let me stop you real quick, because we actually have someone who reads and writes in Arabic. Okay, so here, tell him what is fundamentally incorrect about what he's saying, please.
What's the ayah that he's talking about so I can read it?
He's talking about 1037.
1037.
1037. So in 1037, it says that what came before it, Baina Yadehi, it's between their hands. What was it that came before the Quran?
Mm-hmm.
Your verse 1037. Okay, thank you for bringing that verse. I love it. Okay, yeah. What it says? Please hear my question. Okay, you brought this verse. You want to stay in this verse. You don't want to go to 1094. You're trying to do that, right? Okay, all right. So in 1037, it says that he brought the Quran and confirmed what came before it. Baina yadehi, okay, that means in between their hands. That means present at that time. This revelation is coming in the 7th century. That's between 610 and 632, okay? So now, what was it that came before the Quran, Allah is saying, that they had in their hands?
You didn't listen to what I was saying earlier. You don't listen
Brother,
to what I'm saying.
What was it? What was it?
Are both exactly the same. They are the same.
Okay, so hold on. So Allah is saying,
not the Bible.
So okay,
not the Bible.
Listen, do you speak Arabic? Do you know how to read Arabic?
Confirming what you read from the book. That verse.
Brother, do you know how to read Arabic?
You read from the Al-Kitab, from what's between your hands.
Do you know how to read Arabic,
I don't read Arabic. I can't.
Okay, so now, okay, all right. So let's now.
Understand.
Wow. Okay. All right. So now, when it says that it is confirming, it's a confirmation of what was before it. That means Baina Yadehi. What was it saying? I'm producing
it's
the Quran, right?
It's not saying that.
Okay. It's saying. Okay, wait. You don't know Arabic and don't start listening. Okay, it's saying, and it was
in front of you. I'm asking you. What is in front of you?
Listen to my question, bro. Please, seriously. You don't know Arabic and you're just going on. Shush for a second. The verse is saying, and it was not for this Quran to be produced other than Allah, but that means the Quran is a confirmation of what was before it. What was that came before the Quran is my question to you.
Between his hands.
What was it between their hands that came before the Quran?
No, his question's not wrong.
What
his
the
question's
hell?
not wrong. Why do
Yo, Allah says that.
Hold on. Zed, hold on. Okay. Because you're not going to misrepresent the situation here as if we're the ones that have the auditory hallucinations, okay? As if we're the ones who are misreading this, and like we are all, brother, there is an entire book that is selling like hotcakes all over the world because of how deeply flawed your book is. And you have the audacity to tell J49er of all people that he's asking the wrong question. And I've noticed that you guys do that a lot. When you don't like the direction that the conversation is going, you accuse people of asking the wrong question, right? It's not the wrong question, because this is clearly saying in 37 and subsequently in 94 and in 543 through 48 and in 3:3 and in 568 and in so many other places that Christians and Jews did have their scripture, okay? As a matter of fact, we are directed to continue to follow that scripture, okay, in 548, right? And then according to your God, that we are all going to come to God together, according to your God, right? Now, you went to 37, and it was not possible for this Quran to be produced by other than Allah, but it is a confirmation of what was before it and a detailed explanation of the former scripture, about which there is no doubt from the Lord of the worlds. Brother, what is the former scripture? Zed, what is the former scripture?
You're saying that.
Okay, here. You know what? Here's what we'll do.
Former scripture. It's saying between the two hands.
Let's translate the Arabic. Okay?
He means what?
Let's translate the Arabic, okay? Let's see what it says.
It's addressing to the reader. It's addressing to the reader right now.
Hold on, slow down, Zed. And
it's
this
addressing to you when you open the book
Zed,
and you read.
Zed, can I read the translation?
It is confirming to you.
Can you finish manifesting after I finish? Thank you, appreciate it. Please. And this Quran could have not been produced by anyone other than Allah. Rather, it is a confirmation of what came before it and a detailed explanation of the scripture. There is no doubt about it from the Lord of the worlds. What is the scripture that came before it? What came before the Quran?
It doesn't say that word. You're giving the wrong translation.
Brother, here. I'm going to share the screen with you because I am about to lose my mind. Okay, here.
No, give me the Arabic, brother. Give me the Arabic.
I'm going to bring it up.
Arabic, yeah?
Brother, slow down, dude. Okay? I'm about to show it to you. If you would stop talking long enough. Okay? Here it is on screen, and I'm going to make it bigger for you. Look. There is the damn Arabic, and here is the translation. Just because you have been taught to read it wrong on purpose doesn't mean everybody else is going to do that.
Brother, but the Quran is confirming the Arabic. Remember that, yeah? Arabic is a text, yeah?
Brother, if you're going to move into the argument that your God is so weak that his word, if you're going to move, brother, here, look, this is where I got it from. Here's the damn Arabic, okay? And here is the translation of that Arabic, and it's saying exactly what I've been saying. And then when Jay asked you what it was, you said, "Oh, well, you're asking the wrong question." If he's asking the wrong question, then you should have no issue answering it.
So let me answer. It says here, walakin, right? It's this in Arabic, right?
Yeah.
Walakin and but, yeah? Tasdeeq means confirmation, which allazi, which bayna yadayhi, but which is between
what's the contention
your
here,
two
bro?
hands.
He's saying that this is not that this. He's basically making the
when
claim
you read this
that
passage
this.
between the two
Here,
hands.
I'm gonna have to mute him.
Can
He's
he just
making
stop or something?
he's making the claim that this verse is not talking about confirmation of the previous scripture as far as the Torah and the Injil. He's saying
Which
that this
verse
is
is
only
it?
1037. So
Let me
here,
go to it.
let's see. And not is this Quran that it could be. Okay, so here, you see this on screen? So this is Quran.com, Zed. So I'm going to highlight the Arabic words.
No, go to.
And not
Quran Corpus. No,
Is-
go to
oh,
Quran
brother,
Corpus so you
brother.
can see it better.
Brother, I see it
Okay.
fine.
Go on.
wait, so
Yeah,
wait,
yeah, okay,
hold
I
on,
can see it.
hold on, dude, just relax, bro. Okay, is he saying like the literal translation?
I guess.
Okay, brother, can you hear me? My friend,
Yeah, I can
I
hear
don't
you.
know
Go
his
on.
name.
Zed.
Okay.
His name is Zed. Z-E-D.
Zed, okay. Are
Yeah.
you
وما
saying that,
كان
okay,
هذا القرآن
what?
أن
Okay.
يفترى من دون الله ولكن تصديق الذين من بين يديه
Okay, so what are you saying?
الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب
Okay, so what are you saying? I'm not understanding what your argument is. What's your argument? Hello? Can you guys hear me, or is it just me?
You are
talking.
me.
Give me the exact translation from the Arabic text itself,
Is it
because the
me or
Arabic
he
speakers know what I'm talking about.
keeps going out? Oh,
Baina
bro,
yadayhi does not mean, right, previous
Okay, go ahead.
scriptures. It means what is between your two hands. You are in a room. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Okay, sorry. I think
Hello?
it's my Wi-Fi. Okay, so I have the verse in front of me. So let me read it.
Oh.
وما كان هذا القرآن Let me see.
Oh boy.
Oh, and
I think he's
hello.
speaking. He's speaking, but we can't hear him
Can you
for
hear
some
me?
reason.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hold on.
I
Can
can
you hear
hear. I mean, I can hear you.
Hello?
I mean, I don't know what I when Brother Maverick gets back, let him know to fix it, because I think the audio. I can hear you if I
Okay.
turn on my TikTok.
Oh, you can hear me though,
but
yeah?
I can't. Yes, Zed, I can hear you, but on the TikTok side,
Okay,
you can't
excellent.
hear them for whatever reason.
Okay. Okay.
So
Can
are you
Zed,
with are you with this guy, or are
Zed,
you
Zed,
I'm
can you hear me?
yes, I'm on here on the
right? I
Video
see.
Ninja.
So
but, there's a TikTok.
do you speak
that I'm
Arabic?
also
Do you
listening.
speak Arabic?
Do I speak Arabic? No.
Okay.
Can they hear me, or is
Okay,
it
that's fine.
just?
Brother
It must be
Maverick's
just
So
back.
me,
Okay,
by the
cool.
way.
if there was
Amin, we
someone
can
who
hear you on
speaks
TikTok.
Arabic,
Maverick,
Yeah, what's it?
Johnny is
Let me
having
tell you right now.
problem
Maverick, you there?
hearing Amin on Video Ninja.
Okay.
Hello, Brother Maverick.
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? Can you guys hear me? Okay, so video.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not you guys. It's Video Ninja. Give me a second. Oh yeah, no, it's, and I think it's the browser anyway. So give me a second, guys. I'll just bring him back up. It's not. It takes a few clicks. I'm gonna try this.
I'm still trying to figure out what the dude's argument is.
I don't
He
know.
just
I
keeps-
have
Hello,
no idea
hello.
either.
Can
Yeah,
you
we
hear me
can.
now?
Yep, we can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
can he hear me?
excellent, excellent.
Okay,
Okay.
Zed, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So is there anyone with you that speaks Arabic? Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
anyone-
I'm looking at the ayah right now.
Here
Okay, so
that
what
can
is
speak
your?
Arabic?
Okay. The thing is
Thank
that
you.
you need to wait for somebody to answer your questions, brother. Otherwise, it's not going to. This isn't going to go well for you. Like, you actually have to wait. So if you ask a question, Amin already answered you twice, and you didn't hear him because you're too busy talking. Right? You need to let. JA, I'm going to bring you up next, brother. Don't worry. So Amin has already clearly stated several times that he does speak Arabic. Okay. So now what I want you to do is make your statement, and then Amin will he will address you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So now next one, now we have confirmed that when we between our two hands is the Quran, what we have just read is telling the reader that this Quran cannot be produced except other than Allah, but it's a confirmation. It's a confirmation of what is between its hands, meaning that with the book that I'm reading right in front of me is telling me, the reader, that you are confirming what is in between your hands. Al-Kitab is the book that you are confirming from the book, that what God just said, that no one can produce the Quran like it, meaning the reading that we are reading cannot be produced other than Allah, which I am confirming between my two hands, the book itself. It's not talking about another book, by the way.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's talking about Al-Quran, the book that I'm holding, the one I believe in.
All right,
So
bro,
now,
so let
secondly,
me- can you
Allah
hear me?
says that He has revealed that.
Okay, Zed. So right there, that's where you
Yeah,
need to
I can
stop
hear you.
and let Amin address you, brother. Like, you're trying to bombard past. Let him address that argument first, please. Thank you.
Okay, so I mean, in any language, you should know this if you speak Arabic. In any language, just because there is a literal meaning, harfiyan, does not mean that that is the actual meaning. So for instance, in the dialect that I know, which is Lagos Musraya, if somebody says zayik, and then I say zay al-ful, or I say ful al-ful, which means like the flower, does that really mean that I'm like a flower? No, that's just dumb. In English, if somebody's sick and I say, I pray, or like a job interview or something like that, and I say, I pray that it went well. Well, I mean, that's past tense. The job interview already happened, so how could I have prayed that it went well if I didn't know about it? It's just the way that people speak. So in the Quran, when it uses مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, there are often times that is referring to something that is before or referring to something else. I have the verse in front of me. So let me see. وَمَا كَانَ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ أَنْ يَفْطَرَ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ وَلَكِنْ تَصَدِّقًا الَّذِي بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ وَتَفْصِيلُ الْكِتَابِ. Okay, so when it makes a distinction here, it's making a distinction because it says that if you want to take the literal meaning, when it says تَصَدَّقَ الَّذِي بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, confirming that is between his hands. If you want to take the literal meaning, okay, fine. But then it says, وَتَفْصِيلُ الْكِتَابِ. And then it says a basically like a detailed explanation of the book. It's making the distinction between what is between the hands and referring to another, which is the book, because it uses the word alladhi, which means that which is between his hands. Then it says, and wa tafsil al-kitab. So it's making a distinction between two things. So what is between his hands can't also be the book. So what are you saying here?
Okay, can I the rebuttal? So let me explain.
Go ahead.
When I go to school, right? Yeah. When I go to hold on, for a very simple example. If I go to school, right, I have to open the textbook for me to read what I'm studying, and then based on what I have read, I have to give the examination nearest to the text what I've read. Okay, so I can't just become a doctor unless I read what is between my two hands. So unless I know the details from the book, the details, tafsil means detail of the book, I must read.
I said, you know, I mean,
Right?
I don't know. I don't know
if
the
I
point he's
open
trying
up
to
the
make, bro.
Bible,
I don't
now
know
the point is,
I don't
yeah,
know the point
if
he's
I
trying to
open
make,
the
bro.
if I open the Bible, now let me just, if I open the Bible, if I say I'm reading in Arabic, I'll say Quran. That doesn't mean it's the book of God.
What?
It just means that I'm reading the Bible. Yes, I'm giving you the exact look. If you go to Arabia, when they say reading, they say Quran.
Okay, Zed, I'm going to ask you a simple
That's
question, bro.
that's the language
because
they
you're
use
what you're
for-
doing is, I'm going to be honest with you, brother.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead, Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
just gonna
Go
dead
ahead.
this. I'm just gonna dead this right now because it's just getting dumb as hell. In the Quran, it actually uses the same terminology, مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, right? And it uses it and juxtaposes it with stuff that came before. Zed, can you go to chapter 3 and read verses 3 and 4 for me in Arabic? And you tell me how that's not talking about
just
something
about
that
to go
came
there.
before. Thank you, please.
Okay. Let's go 3:3, yeah? Right.
Mhm.
3:1, Alif Lam Mim, right? There is no God except Him,
No, bro. 3 and 4.
No,
the ever
3 and
living,
4.
the sustainer.
Three.
No, I'm coming there, right? Look, it says that He revealed to you Al-Kitab. Who's you?
The Christians and the Jews.
No, it's talking to you, isn't it? He just told
It's
you.
talking.
Brother, right here, if you,
You're
I
just
mean,
reading the passage. It says He.
نزل إليك الكتاب
He
بالحق,
revealed
bro.
to you.
I know. نزل
No.
إليك, bro. I know. Just relax. نزل إليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما
Okay.
بين يديه وأنزل. Relax. وأنزل التوراة وإنجيل. And then notice what it says in verse 4. من قبل. What does that mean, bro?
Means getting pissed already.
Wait, let me. Which one? Which verse?
I don't
Which
blame.
one?
In
I don't
verse
blame-
4,
Okay,
when it
Nazala.
says, if,
Okay, let me just
for
read
instance,
the
if I
Arabic.
say if I say min abla kida, what does that mean?
Okay, let me read the Arabic. Yeah, then I'll come. Nazala means he sent down or
Oh my God, bro, I know what it
revealed, right?
means. I know
Alayka
what
to
those.
you.
Answer the
Okay,
question I'm asking
al-kitab
about verse
bil
4.
Oh, verse 4.
Yes.
Okay,
Min
let me go verse 4
qablu.
then. 1 second. Yeah, I'll get what you're saying. Before.
Thank you.
All
It's
right.
just a
Min
figure
qablu.
of speech.
No.
So
What?
some things
Okay,
are
let me
literal
just
and some things are not.
explain.
It's just the way that they talk.
No, it's not. It's talking to the present moment right now. No. I'm going to explain. From before, min qablu means.
Zed, hold
All right,
on, bro.
I'm done, dude. I'm gonna get back to
Zed,
cooking, dude.
Zed, bro. Hold on, man.
Brother, just.
Zed, hold on, bro. He has set down upon you, and then in brackets, I know it's not there in the original Arabic, but they included in brackets, O Muhammad, I guess to illustrate that Allah is supposedly speaking to Muhammad here. The book and truth confirming what was before it. And he revealed the Torah and the gospel, right? That completely decimates whatever claim that you're trying to make about 1037 not being the Torah and the gospel. And here's an even worse issue for you, right? 5 chapters before 10, we have 5 where it makes it clear in 43 through 48 that this, he in detail, okay? In detail, your God is telling us in ayahs 43 through 45 that the Torah is for the Jews, and it tells us that if they don't follow the Torah, that they are disbelievers. In 3 verses, it uses 2 verses preceding that. I'm sorry, not preceding, subsequent to that. 46 and 47, making it clear that the Christians have the Injil and Jesus Christ. And then in 48, it says, and in revealing the Quran, that in the action of revealing the Quran, I'm confirming those previous scriptures, and then telling the Muslims that they have the Quran, and making sure that Christians and Jews know that they are to continue to follow their scriptures. So what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about?
So,
can I just come in here?
So I'm going to tell you what min qablu is
I'm
actually.
sorry, Saj, hang on.
Can
Saj,
I just come in? I need to finish.
Hold on. Hold on. Saj,
hold
are you
on.
Zed, wait. Okay. Damn it. Saj, are you a Muslim?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim.
Okay,
so
hold on. Give me a second, okay? So Zed, so what are you talking about?
From before, but okay. So the 3-4 is saying min qablu hudan lil nasi wa anzalal furqana inna allazina kafaru bi ayati Allah lahum. Okay, now look, it says here from before a guidance for the mankind. This book was from before a guidance for mankind. It's been revealed from before as well. But what's happened in Israel, over time, the Jews and Christians have claimed that they have the Torah and Injil. So I'm saying that the Torah and Injil is the Quran itself. It's in the book. So it's being revealed again. It's being revealed again that the Quran has the Torah and Injil.
That is impossible.
It's not talking about the previous scripture.
No. Right. Can I just come in here? This is just going off piece.
First of all,
he understands.
Saj, I'm not going to ask you not to unmute again, okay? Zed, that's impossible, okay? And I'm going to explain to you why, all right? Because the Quran openly contradicts and disagrees with the previous scriptures about the most fundamental of theology, including Jesus being God and Jesus being the Son, and there being a multi-personal God and a Trinity, okay? So when you say that this is the Quran, it's not the Quran, because we know for a fact that our scriptures and countless instances of archaeological proof have shown this, that these scriptures have had the same message. The only contradicting message was the one that came 6 centuries after it was all done in the form of your prophet, who is now claiming to confirm scriptures that he clearly did not understand. How can this be the same book if it is openly contradicting it?
Okay, I'll tell you what. I don't believe that Quran came 1400 years ago. This is the point I'm trying to make now, yeah? It was
What the hell, bro?
They're before mankind even arrived. So how can a Bible copy the Quran?
Zed, it has been fun.
That's a non-Islamic view. That's an un-Islamic
40
view.
minutes later, dude,
Oh,
we
my
figure
Lord,
out he
man.
doesn't even think the Quran.
Right? Can we get to look? Can we
Unbelievable.
move on?
Let's we should speak with Saj, dude. And that guy's
I don't want to listen.
Saj, go ahead. Hold on. Let me read some super chats before,
There
so
was-
I don't
there
forget
was a
them.
guest-
Let me read some super chats real quick, and then we'll get to you, Saj. Okay. We got a Laughing Disco. Thank you so much, Gorthian on YouTube Shorts Live. Appreciate you, man. God bless you. We also have a $50 super chat from your favorite Arab drive-by super chat. Go. Thank you so much, brother. And also from your favorite Arab, another $40 super chat who says, Musadikan is not just confirming, true translation is actually believing. Amen. Thank you so much, your favorite. I appreciate you, brother. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chats, man. You are absolutely goated. I really do appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I don't feel like I deserve the support that I get from you guys, but your favorite Arab honestly has been, I mean, that dude is just dropping bombs on me left and right, and he is absolutely goated. Thank you so much, brother. That brings us to 180% of the super chat goal for today, which brings us to Matthew chapter 10, guys. I've already documented. Thank you so much, bro. Brother Saj, you are a Muslim. You don't believe that the Islamic dilemma actually exists, correct?
No.
Okay. Why is
right?
that?
So look, the discussion around these verses, look, fragmenting the Quran and taking verses out and trying to do an isolated analysis of a verse is we all agree is wrong, because you don't do that with the Bible, you don't do that with the scriptures of the Jews, you don't do that with the Hindus, you don't do it with the Quran, right? So this is unanimously agreed, right? So when you look at it, when scholars have looked at it in totality, they come up with, yes, the Quran does confirm the previous scriptures revealed, right? But when the Quran confirms, this is a general confirmation.
Okay, where does
right?
it say that?
This is what the scholars are talking. Right? This is scholars and doing it.
And even if you could give me the name of a single scholar who says that, because the only ones who I've ever heard actually say that are people who are running in the Dawah crowds. But let's just say, for instance, let's say that you were correct, because it's irrelevant either way. My question to you becomes:
Fine, irrelevant.
if these are the words, right, dictated to your prophet from Allah through the angel Jibreel, right? And this was just a general confirmation, and not everything in the scriptures is to believed. You now should be able to, as a Muslim, show us where in the Quran we could derive that interpretation.
Cool, right. So when the Quran talks about, وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, because you guys, I think you're talking about this ayat or a similar ayat to this, right? Where it says, we revealed the book in full truthness, confirming the kitab, so scriptures before it, right? وَمُهَيْمِنًا عَلَيْهِ, right? وَمُهَيْمِنًا عَلَيْهِ. This is an add-on, right? So it says, look, we have confirmed the previous scriptures, and muhaymin is also understood as a guardian, also understood as a corrector, a decipher.
It's not understood as a corrector. Oh, stop right there. It's not a corrector. No, it's not.
It is.
Show me anywhere where Muhammad means corrector. Because here's the thing, Sajid. I'm gonna beat that down real quick. What does confirm mean?
I've agreed. Confirm. Right.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So to confirm means to attest to the validity or correctness of someone or something. How the hell can you correct something that you have attested to as already being correct?
So, like I said, the Quran, we take it in its totality.
Brother,
right?
That's not what I asked you.
Saj,
respectfully, brother, that's not what I asked you. How you're literally, that's an oxymoron. You cannot correct something that you have already affirmed and validated as being correct. That's like me handing you. That's like, brother. No. It's
etymology of the word confirm.
Hold on, Saj, stop. Because you're lying now. Okay, you're saying, first of all, Muhammad, nobody in here, despite the fact that we don't read or write Arabic like that, nobody in here has ever stated that the word Muhammad can mean corrector. Okay, doesn't say that. As a matter of fact, show me one verse in the Quran that claims that it is correcting the previous scriptures. Go ahead.
Right. So, like I said, and if I could finish, please. because we take the Quran in its totality. The verse itself hasn't even finished, and you're already making you're already trying to put your understanding or interpretation in it. When it says that it has confirmed, your etymology of the word confirmed is different than what the Arabs and the exegetes of the Quran understand.
Words don't mean words.
I haven't finished.
Words don't mean words when it's devastating to your narrative. I got it.
I haven't finished.
Well, finish, please.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So when it says confirm and then follows on to say that wa muhaiminan alay, it is a what? And look,
we can't hear you if you're off the app, brother.
Sorry. Qamus al-Faz, I keep jumping between apps, but Qamus al-Faz is a famous vocabulary dictionary of the Quran. Go and find it and look at the root words of muhaimin, and you'll find that it says that it is a, hold on, let me just, a determiner between falsehood, right and wrong.
Okay.
Right?
So then you're correct. Hold on, Saj.
Let me finish.
Okay, so Saj, hold on,
Two
brother.
sentences and I'll finish.
All right,
Two sentences and I'm finished.
Go ahead.
Once he's finished, I will take him to school on this. But let him finish.
Good.
I'll take him to school on it.
So when the Quran says that he has come to confirm what is previously revealed, we understand that because it follows up with and it is the corrector of it is determiner of what is between the falsehood and between the right and wrong in these matters. So we understand confirmation as a general term, and more specifically, the Quran is a guardian, is a corrector of anything that has happened.
Brother, hold on. That was a lot more than 2 sentences, brother. Go ahead, Jay.
All right, folks, it's time to become the sheikh again and teach these boys Arabic, okay? Let's see here. We've done all the research in here for you, and we will see what your scholars say. You don't want to believe us? Then we'll see what it is. Okay, number one, the scholars define it as the witnesser, the preserver, the confirmer, the trustworthy, never say the corrector. We are going to, here it is. The Quran is muhaimin over the previous book, is the mainstream consensus. The Quran is a muhaimin over Muhammad. You've got a scholar who says that. Allah is the muhaimin over the Quran. You've got another Zamakhshari who says it. And Muhammad is the muhaimin over the Quran. Mujahid says it. So you've got scholars who say it differently, but the mainstream is right up here. Okay. Now we're going to walk through this out here. This is Tabari. Tabari says the origin of muhaimin.
Those are the only sources, by the way.
Hey, be quiet, boy. Okay. When you talk, I didn't say a word. No. Be quiet. I'm your teacher. Trust me. I'm your teacher. Watch what I do to you right now. Al-Tabari says the original muhaimin is al-hamaina. You were asking the root, is preservation and watchfulness. It is said that when a person watches over something, safeguard, protects it, guards it, and witnesses it. Okay? A person who is the Haymaina is exercising guardianship over it, and he is the Muhaimin, is a guardian over it. That's Tabari. Okay, let's continue on. We've got lots of them. Tabari continues to say more things about this stuff here, confirming the books which are before it. It's a witness over them, and it's preserving them. Okay, now let me go into some of the others. Oh, here. We've got more on Tabari's notes on this commentary. It says, Yunus narrated to me that Ibn Wahib informed us that Ibn Zahid said regarding his saying, Al-Muhaimin, he said, the confirmer of all that he is narrated. And he read Muhaimin over it. So the Quran confirms what came before the book, and Allah is the confirmer in all that he has narrated and what he has passed on. We will go to Bagawi now, the next scholar. Bagawi rather says, and Muhaimin over it, sorry, and we have revealed to you, O Muhammad, the Quran, confirming what is between your hands in the presence of the book, meaning from the previous revealed books. And a Muhaimin over it, Al-Walhibi, narrated from Ibn Abbas, meaning a witness over it. So Prophet's cousin sits down and said it's a witness over it. This is also the view of many others. Mujahid, Qatada, Al-Sudi, Al-Kisai. Okay. Hassan said the book is muhaimin to our prophet, and that the truth is recognized by the people of intellect. So what Hassan is saying is that the book is muhaimin over Muhammad, not over other books. That's his one, not the mainstream, most of them, but that's also a view out there. Okay, now we'll continue in here. Bagavi also says And he continues, and it was said that Muhaymin originally was Muhaymin in the pattern of Mufa'il, derived from Amin, trustworthy. Okay? So he's giving you that. Now he continues to say, and Ikramah said, other scholars said, Muhaymin means a guide, an indicator. Sa'id bin Zubair and Abu Ubaidah said it means trusty over it. And Al-Hasan said it was trustworthy. Notice none are saying correct, okay? We'll continue. He's got more scholars. And the meaning of the Quran trustworthiness is as Ubay ibn Jurayj said, the Quran is trustworthy over the books that came before it, okay? Sa'id bin Musayyib and Dahak said it means a judge. Al-Khali says a guardian and a preserver. Okay. Now let's see what do you got on here. These are some of the alternative interpretations. In here, Mujahid is saying Muhammad refers to Muhammad and his relationship with the Quran, not the Quran's relationship to the Bible. So it's nothing to do over the previous scriptures. Zamaskari says something crazy out here, but he's a pretty famous scholar. Zamaskari says that Muhammad refers to Allah and his relation. Yeah, whatever. It's, Allah and his relationship with the Quran. That's what it refers to, not the Quran's relationship to the Bible. Okay, there is more in Ibn Kathir. It says, as for what Ibn Hatim reported from Irkama and Sa'id bin Zubair and Ata bin Khurasani and Abi Nahij and from Muhajid, that they said regarding the phrase Wa Muhaymin alayhi, it was guarded over. That means Muhammad is a... Bro, I don't give a rat's ass how we say it, man. Pronounce it. Try to look at the actual what we're trying to tell you out here, okay? What it means is Muhammad.
Your Arabic is weak,
bro. Bro, your comprehension and your knowledge about your theology is weak. I'm teaching you all these scholars are saying none of them say correct, okay? I don't care. It's a stupid language to me. It sounds like rubbish, okay? Okay, and it means Muhammad is a trustee over the Quran. That is the correct meaning. That means Muhammad is a trustee over the Quran. Ladies and gentlemen, what does that mean? That Muhammad is a guardian over Allah's words. He is the boss of Allah's words. It's a crazy, crazy meaning in there, out there, all right? Again, many of them going on and on and on. Now, none of them say that it is a correct, as I showed you. Over a dozen scholars of their top rights. Now I'm going to break down the verse where it cannot be a corrector. As Brother Maverick already said, how can you correct something you've already confirmed? But wait, Muslims hate the second half of that verse. Let's read that second half of the verse. It says, and we've revealed to you the book in truth, confirming which preceded it of the scripture, and as a guardian, it's incorrect on criterion, so judge between them what Allah has revealed and do not follow their inclinations away from what has come to you of the truth. So books don't have inclinations, people have inclinations. So it's asking you to judge between the people, because do not follow their inclinations, number one. But this second half of the verse, this is second, be quiet. The second half of the verse is the one which is completing that.
Oh my
hey,
gosh,
boy,
Saj,
be quiet.
Shut up.
Be quiet, dude. Yeah. The second half of the verse is where they'll get in trouble. Had Allah willed, he would have made you one nation, united in religion, but he intended to test you in what he has given you. So what they're saying is that he gave the law to the Jews, he gave the law to the books to the Christians, and he gave the book to the Muslims. He purposely kept it separate. So if he was going to say one book is correcting the other book, he would not sit down and say, I did not want you to be one nation. Again, he said over here, to each of you we prescribed a law and a method. Hey, Jews, Christians, and Muslims, I've given you your own stuff. Had Allah willed, he would have made you one nation united in religion. But he intended to test you in a way that he's given you, so raise to all that is good. Okay? So right here is the second half of the verse where they hate it. Because right here it tells you they're all supposed to have their own individual stuff. Nothing is the boss over the other. Nothing is the corrector over the other.
So you wouldn't say
Now,
that Yahweh, wouldn't say that Yahweh misled the Jews?
Right, can I respond?
No, wait, hold on. Would you say that?
I need to respond. No, I need to respond.
Hold on, Dark. I brought you up here so that you don't have to be waiting in the queue, but you're not involved in this one. We're going to get to you next. Saj is speaking with Jay right now, okay?
Right. Notice
did Yahweh mislead the Jews?
Brother, I'm going to say it one more time and then I'm going to drop you. If you want to have waited here all this time to waste your own time, no problem, okay?
Yeah, Muhammad, calm down. And just relax, dude.
So Yahweh misled.
Right. So notice he went through a number of classical scholars, some within the Ahlus Sunnah, some were outside, but no, never mind. One of he kept bringing up translations, as in the Watcher, the Guardian, some other. Look, how can you watch over something, and if it's being corrupted, you don't correct it, right?
Because hold on, because that's the point. Hold on, no, you asked, no, you don't
That's
need
the
to
point.
finish because
It was
that's
never
the point.
corrupted.
Your
Right.
assertion, Saj,
Baked.
your assertion of corruption means absolutely nothing
Double concede, dude.
because either way it goes, if you're asserting corruption, that means that you are invalidating verses in your book. Are you telling us that there are invalid verses in the Quran? Are there invalid verses in the Quran? Go ahead, Saj, unmute yourself now. Are there invalid? Only listen, dude. I'm gonna ask you one time. Are there invalid verses in the Quran?
Look, listen. Everyone can see
Are
what's
there
happening here.
invalid verses in the Quran?
Look, if you're not going to let me
Are
respond,
there,
I'll just move on
brother?
because
Here,
everyone can.
Saj, are there invalid
Everybody can
verses
see
in
what
the
you're
Quran?
doing.
No,
Brother
nobody.
Maverick,
The only one who can see what
You're
you're
butting
doing.
in and you're not letting me respond. You might as well just kick me off because
brother,
you
it's
guys are
because
just
it's a
having
simple question. Because what you're doing
You guys
is
are
you
just
are
having a-
appealing. You're appealing to alternative
muting-
meanings. You're appealing
You
to.
keep,
By the way, brother Maverick,
Yeah,
and
what's
you
up, man?
keep-
What's up?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's up?
we had someone before Saj that was waiting at least maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes longer
Who?
before he even
Nas?
joined. JA.
JA? Okay, yeah. Well, he keeps popping in and out too, so I don't know if he's having any issues. At the scene. All right, JA, go ahead, brother. What's up?
Hello, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you. What's up, man?
Okay, with whom am I talking? Am I talking to Maverick or
Yeah,
this is
Maverick.
my first
What's
time
up, man?
being here?
Yep, brother Maverick. What's up?
Okay, so you said Christianity is more logical than Islam.
Yes, because Islam has a multitude of contradictions, including the fact that it affirms scripture that it disagrees with.
Okay, before we go into confirming or not confirming, when you say like, okay, it's logical, Christianity, and is your God also logical?
Yes.
The Trinity.
Yes.
And that's more logical than the oneness of God. That
Yes.
God is one.
Yes.
Are you certain?
Yeah. You want me to absolutely put you in your place with one question? Does your God have 99 names and attributes?
Attributes is not the same.
Does he have
Is
90?
Jesus an attribute of God?
JA, hold on.
Or
Stop.
is he God
Stop.
himself?
Stop. Because you're trying to gish gallop away, and I'm sick and tired of allowing Muslims to shift to Christianity.
Okay.
So
For
is
example.
your God does your God have the 99 names? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is he all
has
loving?
more names.
Okay.
He has more
is
names.
He, okay.
but
Is he all loving? I don't care if he has more names. Is he all loving?
He's the most loving.
Is he the most loving? So if he is the most loving, then who is he the most loving to eternally when there's no creation?
That doesn't make sense.
You damn straight it doesn't make sense.
No, what you're saying doesn't make sense.
It does make sense. Is he
do you
the
know
most
why?
is he the most loving eternally? Does your God
Yes.
change?
Yes.
Okay. Does
Yes.
he change?
No.
No. So then, who could he possibly be the most loving to eternally before instantiation?
It doesn't need to have a person to be the most loving.
Okay.
He is the
So
most
then
loving.
who is he the most loving to? What does it mean to love? To love means to prioritize someone ahead of yourself, right?
No,
and
that's
and
not
on top
true.
of that, even
That's-
if you didn't want to take my definition, okay, even if you don't want to take that definition, JA, it's irrelevant because that even if you're gonna say something stupid like, oh, he loved himself, is he able to
I'm
show
not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say
okay,
that.
JA, here, let me help you. Let me help you, okay? Because Muslims have a hard time keeping their mouths closed when someone else is talking. Even if you're going to say that he loved himself or you're going to offer it, is he able to show every form of love when he is alone in eternity?
Can I talk now?
Answer my question, dude, or you'll have waited all this time for nothing.
I'm gonna answer it, but can I talk?
Is he able to show every form of love eternally before instantiation?
Does he? Okay. Is God the creator before he created something? It's an easy,
Answer
the
my
correct answer is yes.
question. Answer my question. Is God able to show every form of love the way that he does to creation? Is he able to do that before a single instance of instantiation? Is he able to do that?
Why does he need to show?
Because if he doesn't, then you, by your own definition, don't believe in a real God because you admitted that God cannot change. Here is the issue. That attribute of his love has gone from potential to actual, which means if he has an attribute that has become actualized, that means that he has now undergone a change. And if he can change, he is not God by your own admission. That's why. And you wanted to compare that to the Trinity. The issue is our God, being a triune God, is a relational God, and the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit have a relationship, whether or not they ever decided to initiate instantiation. Do you see the difference? Do you see why the triune God actually makes sense? Because the triune God is not dependent on creation for his attributes to be what they are. Your prophet didn't understand the Trinity, just like you don't, so he tried to speak out against it. But in giving him those 99 names, he missed one huge thing. God is not created, so he cannot change. But you just admitted that at the moment and the inception of creation, he just changed. So why are you trying to talk about my Trinity without even understanding how little sense your God makes?
Okay, for example, if I have the attribute to love and I love someone, did I change? No.
What?
I acted.
Wait, say that again.
Okay. If I have the attribute of loving inside me already, and I'm implementing the love, I didn't change. I implemented what I already have.
Now watch this. Were you implementing it before?
God does action.
Bro, I swear to God. Were you implementing it before?
He has the ability. Whether he does implement it or not, it doesn't matter.
I'm using your example, and you're getting under my skin, bro. Were you implementing the attribute of love before you decided to act on it? Yes or no?
Implementing it? No.
Thank you. So that means that attribute, that character attribute was potential. And something occurred to actualize it. Just the same way that I didn't love a single.
If you didn't already have it.
Here, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. Okay, I'm gonna muzzle you. Okay, because you're not speaking to someone who's wearing a hijab. You're going to shut up while I am showing you that you don't believe in a real God. I did not love a single one of my children before my wife was pregnant, because they did not exist. Therefore, my love as a father was an attribute that remained dormant. It was an attribute that I had, and it was a potential attribute. It became actualized at the moment that I became a father, at the conception of my child. Before that, I did not have fatherly love for my child because there was no child to love.
Did he leave?
Yes, he left.
Yeah.
Why is this so hard to understand? And why do they try all the time to go to something else? Oh, he's back. Welcome back. So,
okay, can I talk, please? I listened the whole time to you.
Now,
can you also
does
listen
your
to me?
God here? Does your God change?
No. Can you also listen to me, please?
I am. Does your God change?
You can talk if you answer the question.
Okay. Let me talk the way I want, please.
Dude, if you start talking about anything else but what we're talking about, man.
I also respected you.
No, you didn't. I had to mute you.
Okay. God, was he a creator?
brother.
Before
we
he
are
created
talking
something.
about
No,
love.
I'm asking you. Before he created
Okay,
something,
I'm gonna
was he
ask
the
you
creator?
one
Yes or no?
more time.
Yes or no?
Who did your God love? Because you haven't answered me,
I'm
dude.
asking.
You guys need to stop taking the Korah course for debating, because this is how pathetic it has become. Where you ask
Is
them
this
a
how she
question.
debates?
This is exactly how she debates. By asking you
wow.
a question that has nothing to do with what everyone's talking about. She did this to Avery for like 50 minutes the other night.
Lying is the same analogy.
Does your God love before creation? He's one God.
Of course, he has the ability to love. He
He had the ability.
or else he wouldn't make
So
us.
you're
right?
saying he had an attribute that didn't actually become actualized until after he created us.
He had inside him.
Thank
It's
you.
his attribute.
Thank you. So his attribute went from potential to actual, which means that your God changed.
Okay, that's not a problem. But we are talking about nature.
Brother, what? I'm telling you right now, dude. I have it in my hand. Okay? I'm telling you right now, bro. If you were my son, man, I swear. Look, I'm not even gonna ask you because I know you're not gonna answer. Everybody here who's been here since the beginning of this conversation, did he not agree that God does not and cannot change? Did he agree with that?
Correct.
Yes, no,
He
yes,
did
no,
agree.
yes, no,
he
yes,
did
no,
agree, and
yes,
once
no.
Again, Maverick, he contradicted the Quran on the spot because Nida mentioned that Allah abrogates verses in the Quran.
And apparently he aggravates his own nature. That's the craziest part about it. So
Can I
J.A.
try something?
Oh, stop
Yes,
lying.
please, Johnny. Johnny, you
Stop
talk to him.
lying.
Stop.
Yeah, I want to.
There's a difference between
Hold on,
what
Jay.
Allah.
Brother, I just
Hold on.
had there are dozens of comments coming in saying that that's what you said. Johnny said yes. George said yes. Apparently, everybody is hearing something different than what you're saying.
That the baby is your God. Come on, man. Calm down.
Here we go.
Okay, bro. Don't shift, bro.
Right.
Hold on.
He's shifting. He doesn't want.
Here, Johnny, make your statement and I'll unmute him because he doesn't know how to control himself. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to ask him if he knows what act and potency is, because I don't think he does, and that's why he's not getting your argument. So, Jay,
I get his
do you know,
argument.
do you know what act and potency is?
It's just like actualizing his attributes. That's not
Okay, so-
changing his essence. What God is, he doesn't change. What he does
Are the
Wait a minute,
are the
what's in time?
attributes essentially, do these attributes make his essence who he is
Right.
as a being? Because if these attributes are a part of the essence, that means that if any one of them changes, then the essence changes, which
he
means your
doesn't
God
change
changes.
in his essence. He doesn't change his attribute. He didn't become not the most loving. He is always the most loving.
Let's
Are you smart or what?
hold on, Jay. Hold on. Let's take this one at a time. First of all, attributes make up the essence. Can we agree on that?
Wait, can you speak a bit louder? I cannot hear you.
Yeah, I'll raise
Yes.
him up. I'll raise him up. Go ahead, Johnny. I raised you up to 200%.
Allah's 99 names, his attributes, do those make up his essence?
You mean that? Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Okay.
Brother, it's yes or no.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Those are
So-
his attributes also.
So if any of the attributes change, then therefore there's a change in Allah's essence. For instance, if Allah ceases to be loving, that's a change in his essence, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
So-
he is always the most loving. So he
Okay, that's
didn't
fine.
change.
That's fine. That's fine. So act and potency, act is, or actuality is bringing forth potentiality, and potency is essentially the way something can be, but it isn't in that moment. Are we in agreement?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So before creation, since love is a relational action, meaning it requires
That,
two
that
subjects.
is not true. That is not true. That is not true. You're already making a mistake.
You don't think,
If I
you don't
if I
think
don't
love
have
requires two
children,
subjects?
if I don't have a children, I can still love children, even if I don't have children in my whole life. It's
But if-
already inside of you.
But if children don't exist, can you love
Yeah,
children?
it doesn't matter if they don't exist or they exist. If you have the attribute already of love, you don't need
Which is
someone
the highest
for
form.
loving the
Is God
person.
perfect?
Even if children weren't a real concept that existed, you can still love children?
Is God all knowing?
No.
So he can know that he
For
can love
example,
children before the creation, right?
Who's speaking? Hold on. Who's speaking? Who's speaking on the text outside?
I give you an example. I give you an example.
Jepstein, I brought you. Hold on, Jepstein, I brought you up so you don't have to wait in the queue. But that doesn't mean that you start
Johnny.
contributing.
Okay. Sorry, man.
Johnny,
Okay,
I give you an example. God, was he always a creator?
No.
Because
creator is not a attribute of him. We call him creator because when he created.
But before he created something.
Hold on, JA, because I know where you're going, but I want to explain something to you.
Wait. Let me speak. I'm not speaking.
Brother, wait. Damn you. You got to understand what I'm trying to do. You need to understand that you are trying to read your paradigm into ours. We do not sit there claiming these titles for God like this. We understand that God has these titles and that God is eternal. You guys are the ones that are attributing these 99 names and attributes to his essence, okay? That's not what we're doing. So stop trying to act like because you say he's a creator. Oh, well, was he the creator before this? We understand that he was a creator when he created.
Yes or no?
Okay. Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
Just to be clear, there's a distinction between titles we can appropriate to God and his attributes. So creator is not an attribute of him. He's all powerful. He's omnipotent. That's one of his attributes. But the creator is not an attribute. That's just a title we appropriate to him, just like we call him king, first and last, things like that.
Well, when you say the creator, it means power.
Johnny, don't let him shift.
Something.
Johnny, don't let him shift because he has shifted all the way away from the love thing, dude.
Okay, I give
and
you.
he's not even approaching why he started to. Oh well, God can't change, and now he's admitting that he can change. So now he wants to shift to the creator thing.
Last we left off, actually, we're talking about love. I think that's what he needs to prove, that love can happen without another subject. I'm maintaining that.
If someone doesn't have love, he cannot love something. If he doesn't have
what's the highest form of love?
He cannot love something. Whether the something exists or not, he cannot love.
You just conceded the argument, dude. You just conceded the argument.
True.
That's okay. It's not true. Did you just not say that if he doesn't have someone to love, he can't love something? Isn't that what you just said?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
What did you just say?
Listen good.
What did you say?
I said if he didn't have the attribute, listen to me very well. If he didn't have the attribute to love, then he cannot love.
Okay.
Whether something exists or not,
does he need?
Happen.
Okay. So does he need?
But when wait, I'm not finished. When he has the attribute of loving, he loves. He has that attribute. Whether something exists or not,
bro, you're repeating yourself. You're repeating yourself.
Can I ask him? Can I just ask him a question here? What is the highest form of love? What is the highest form?
What are we talking about? Love the whole time.
What is the highest form of love? Okay, let me ask you: Is God perfect?
God is perfect. Yes.
Okay. Is everything He does is perfect?
Of course.
Okay, great. What is the highest perfect form of love? There are three kinds of love.
Giving mercy.
What is?
Okay.
No, give me.
But
What are the three?
What do you want to say? A sacrifice. Come on, man. Stop playing around, please.
Okay. All right. So you don't know this. Okay. So agave love. Have you heard of agave love? There is eros love, there's philia love, and there's agape love. Agape love is the highest and most perfect love when you're sacrificing love. That's what you're saying. Or when you are self-giving. In other words, selfless, not selfish. Okay, that means you...
Who said that? Who said that, please?
That's
okay. Let me ask you. Okay, all right. No, this is good. For in Islam, for Muslims, is it a higher form of love to be selfless or to be selfish? Do Muslim? Come on, you can talk. In Islam, as a Muslim, do you consider being selfish or selfless as the higher form of love?
What do you mean? Not being selfish.
Okay, so that's called agape love, self-giving love, sacrificial love. That means you share your love with someone else. Selfish. You don't keep it to yourself. So if God is perfect, as you said, shh, don't go to anything else right now. If God is perfect, as you just said, and everything he does perfect, that means perfect love means he would have to share his love. He would do the agape love. That's the highest kind of love.
Try to compare human to God, man. Come on, man.
Okay.
This Ben is racist, man.
But
okay. So
Well,
now,
what's your point with this?
Mute up, Jab.
yeah.
Hello?
So now, so my point is, after you said that God is perfect, and if he's and I asked you, does everything he do is perfect? You said yes. So when he loves, he's going to be perfect in it. And perfect love is sacrificial, selfless love. And for selfless love, you need something to share it with, and the other person needs to receive it. You can't show selfless love to a rock, for example. That other person has to be able to receive that agape love. So if he is performing perfect love, who is he sharing the love with before he created anything?
He doesn't need to share.
Well, then he does. Then he's not a perfect God. Bam. So W concession. So he's not a perfect God.
Oh man.
You just said that God is perfect in everything he does.
Insane.
So he's imperfect.
You are totally insane. Seriously.
You
if
said
you're
it.
saying
You
this,
said it. Thank you. Thank you for the concession.
Okay, I give you an example. I give you an example.
No, don't give me an example on anything outside of what I've just asked you.
Can there be someone who's a better creator than God?
There's nothing to do. No, there is never anybody who's a better creator than God. He's the sole creator out there. He's a sole creator. There's never anybody who's going to be a better creator, but that's not the question I'm asking you.
Do you know? Do you know what?
No. Shh. Don't panic. Don't panic and move the.
I'm not panicking.
Move the topic.
I'm not panicking.
Okay.
You're saying okay.
You said.
How many gods do you believe in? When you say sharing his love with, how many gods do you believe in?
Do you believe a God has 1 foot, 2 right hands? What, half an ass cheek and 1 nipple?
No. Before laughing. All right,
so now, okay?
We don't worship a baby.
Don't shift.
So
Don't shift. Don't shift to what how many gods you I'm asking you about love. God. Listen, bro, thank you for coming. You conceded already. Yeah, Here's how you conceded, okay? I'm just gonna end this. You said God is
I'm not interested
perfect.
in continuing this.
Everything he does is perfect. That means when he loves, he's going to be perfect. And the only way you can be perfect in love is by showing agape love, and that is to share it with somebody, and he didn't have anybody to share. Finished. Kalas. Thank you for going to how many gods you have and all that.
Right, yeah. It's desperate when you guys do that. Word is the way in the house. What up, man? We were just talking about you earlier because Adam was in here crying about the fact that he says that apparently at some point I was shaking my head, and in his mind, he translated that to me thinking that you were losing a debate to him, which, he is a Muslim, so it is what it is, man.
Assalamu
alaikum. You talking about the same unhinged Adam that I was talking to?
Yeah, bro. What up, Bear? Salami bacon, bro. What's up, bro?
So he came back to complain?
He requests up a lot. He does. But the what it was is that he came up and he's been like DMing me and telling me that, yeah, your boy lost, blah blah blah, and I'm like, bro, listen, man, there's no way for me to introduce common sense into your thought process, right? If you think for a second that your behavior and the way that you comport yourself is winning a debate, it lines up, because understand that this is how Muslims act, right? Look at how they all act. They appeal to, the best they have is the rhetoric, right? They appeal to rhetoric constantly. They appeal to the audience. They laugh hysterically. King Dawa does this. Libiano does this. Cora does this. they have to appeal to the audience. They have to appeal to insults. They have to appeal to everything except the substance of the debate.
Yeah, and the worst of all, their audience is nothing but their fanboys.
Bots, right?
Who are
yeah.
going to clap and clap along to and to approve anything that their masters say and do.
Correct. Tiger is on
Fanboys?
stage. Oh, question is here. Tiger's here. Here, we'll fill up the
What,
panel.
Johnny?
No, I was gonna
Question.
say, did you just call them femboys?
Yeah. No, he said
Yes,
no, he said
fanboys and fangirls.
fanboys, not femboys. Fanboys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fanboys
Question.
and fangirls.
You've been waiting for a while. What's up?
I hope you will be able to understand me because my English is not very good.
I understand you just fine. It sounds great to me.
I'm agnostic. I saw the title that Christianity is true, and I heard also the conversation, and now I have some question if you would allow it.
I will allow it.
This distinct and this difference which you made in the attributes I found interesting because I'm interested in multiple gods concept, and one of you guys said that loving is not an attribute but like being all-knowing, all-powerful, and is
Wait,
which type of
question.
attributes does
Maybe
God or Christianity have?
Well, question. So I'm confused because I don't think that anybody ever said that loving was not an attribute. So I'm not sure. Maybe you misheard.
I mean, it's not a part of his essence. I'm sorry.
Okay. No,
creating. I mean, not loving. Sorry,
Okay.
I miss.
Yeah, that was what I said.
Right. So what is your question? What is your question?
The difference. How do you make that? Which part do you know is a part of his essence, and which part do you know is not part of the essence?
Oh, I see. Do you want to take it, Johnny, or you want me to answer?
I think you can go for now.
All right. So the thing about it is that when Christians and Muslims are speaking, what they tend to do is they tend to read a lot of their paradigm and a lot of their dogma backwards into our religion, right? And so that's why he constantly tried to appeal to, oh, well, is your God the creator? Yeah, but we're not the ones who are making the 99 names claim, right? We're not the ones who are saying these 99 attributes are eternal, just like God. He is always these things, right? We understand that our God is the creator, but we also understand that there was a time when there was no creation, when the triune God existed in eternity alone. Does that make sense? So that's not an issue for us, because the issue that we have is understanding that because we have a God that is relational, our God understood relationship, obviously eternally, because the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit have a relationship in within the distinct persons of the Godhead. Now, when you turn that around, and then you have a false prophet who comes along into Arabia 600 years later, who denied the Trinity, probably for no other good reason except for the fact that he didn't understand it, and there was a hell of a lot he didn't understand. Now you have 2 billion people who are sitting there pretending like the Trinity is illogical because their prophet couldn't understand it, right? And they say no, don't say 3, say 1. Okay, that's fine. Now, they also say, unfortunately, that these 99 names are eternally Allah, right? These are his attributes. He is these things eternally. Okay.
I don't know. Look, whatever people I ask, they will give me different answer, even if I ask about this concept, but you seem to be more knowledgeable. That's why I'm asking you specific, and I'm looking if it makes sense or not.
Yeah.
So I'm not interested in other concepts. I'm interested in this differentiation between knowing which attributes are part of his essence and which are not.
Mm-hmm.
If
Maverick,
we can stick to
if
that.
you want, I can answer this.
Yeah, go ahead,
question.
Bear. Go ahead.
Yeah, so from the Orthodox Christian point of view, we can't know anything. We can't know anything as an attribute of God to his essence.
Mm-hmm.
It's not possible to know his essence because he's fully transcendent. What we can know is his energies and the persons. So love would be an energy of God, It's an operation. That's the only way we can actually have any type of understanding of who God is through his operations and through his personhood. But as far as his essence, it's not something that we can have any affirmation to actually knowing.
Can you
The only
please
thing we do
define
know,
first for me how you understand essence, so that maybe
essence
I
is what you are.
understand the point which you're
Essence,
making now?
to oversimplify, essence is what you are. So we cannot make any positive affirmations as to what God is. We know what he is not. So we'll say things like, well, we know he's not limited in knowledge. He's all knowing. So therefore he's all knowing. We know that he is not subjected to time. So therefore he's eternal. We know that he's not made of material. Therefore he is spirit or immaterial. But we don't have any positive affirmation as to what he is. We just know he's
But this
an
was from
omnipotent
my
being.
ears. I'm not trying to be mean, but it sounded like positive affirmations when you said he is eternal,
I
he
know,
is
I know it does.
all-knowing.
I know it sounds like when we say he is eternal, eternal just means no beginning, no end. So it's actually what's called an apophatic predication.
I
So
don't know what
apophatic
it
means
means.
it means a negative. So when we say that he is eternal, although the sentence sounds like we're making a positive claim, we're actually saying that he is not subjected to time.
But is that not a positive claim?
No, it's not. It's apophatic. So you need to look up what that word means. Yeah.
Probably that's the issue, or maybe the language itself. I don't know.
Exactly. That's why I said you probably need to look it up.
Okay.
I'm just curious about the guest. Where are you from? You sound Eastern European.
Yes, I am Eastern European.
Is it okay if I ask you which country you're from?
I would rather not talk about this if you don't mind.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I understand.
I was just wondering, that's all.
You know, and that's essentially what I was. Well, Bear explained it much better, but that's essentially what I was trying to tell you. Question is that we don't pretend to know the attributes of God. We can only tell you what He has chosen to show and reveal to us. Right? That is the biggest difference. Is that Muslims are making this claim that they know that these are God's attributes eternally. We don't. Like Bear essentially told you, we know what is revealed to us, and I don't even know that the human mind has the ability to comprehend the attributes of the real God's essence, because I just don't think we can understand that. As my opinion is that a human being cannot comprehend God's. I mean, I'm sure they go on forever, and there's nothing. I mean, imagine the personality of God, an eternal being who created the entirety of the universe, a universe so large and expansive, we can't even get out of our own solar system, mind you. Okay, this is who you're talking about. And Christians are not arrogant enough to pretend like we understand everything about God. And we don't need to. We're fine with that, right? Because we understand our place. Muslims, they don't have that issue. Muslims arrogantly will sit there and pretend like they can tell you everything about God, and by the way, what God can and cannot do, and what is
like
beneath
I said,
it.
I'm
Brother,
not interested in what Muslims are saying.
Question. I cannot stand when people start talking in the middle of my sentence, brother. Let me finish what I'm saying to you and then follow up, okay? We, as Christians, have a reverence for God that Muslims do not. And Muslims want to sit there and try to tell you what God is and is not capable of. That's the crux of the conversation. They even have an irritating saying about what is and isn't below His Majesty. They can't tell you how or why, but they think that they know. Are you starting to flesh out these differences now?
I have question in mind which I would like to ask. And based on the answer which the other guy gave me.
What's your question?
If you don't mind.
What's your question?
He said, like, it's something you claim things which God isn't. So you're not making a positive claim by that.
Yes,
and
it's called
my
an
question
apophatic.
is,
It's an apophatic predication. Yeah.
Okay, like I said, I don't know the word, but based on that, but aren't there things which the answer can only be yes or no? And if you say this is not God, so you have no other option than to make a positive claim. For example,
Well,
I
question. Hold on.
wouldn't say
So
I
let me
would
stop. Hold
claim.
on. Stop. You said, aren't there things where the answer can only be yes or no? Is that
Yes.
the foundation under which you're operating?
There are things, I mean, for example, would you say God exists or doesn't exist?
Yes, he exists.
But that's my point. So you're making a positive claim.
Okay, but how does that stand in comparison to what Bear said to you?
But once again, existence is an action. It's an operation. So we can know things through his operations. But when we're talking about a description as to what he is, then that's going to be apophatic. We're only going to know what he is based on what he is not.
But if he is not, then and there is no other alternative except yes, then you essentially saying that you know positive that he
Brother,
is
here's what you
this
got to do.
other thing.
Here's what you got to do. Because this is not even like a debate, dude. You're debating something
I'm
that
not debating,
just
I'm
having.
asking.
I know that, brother. So what I'm saying is this is not even an actual like objection to this. What you need to do, I think there's a language barrier. If you want, I will spell to you what an apophatic. I'll spell to you apophatic predication.
I wrote
You
it.
can look
I wrote
up,
it for him.
Make it translate. Make it translate for you in your language so you can understand it, and then you can come back and we can discuss it.
Yeah, and Johnny typed it out for you in the chat question. Okay, because like I said, Bear has answered you. We've all actually kind of answered you. And you're just kind of saying, well, this isn't a debate. But then when we answer your question, you're all, but doesn't that mean, you know what I mean? Like you're just not, you're pretending like you're not here to debate, but it sounds like you're actually more contrarian. You didn't really have a question. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. Just don't lie about why you're here. Muhammad, you're on stage.
I just learned something new today.
I can hear you barely, brother. Your signal is really bad.
Let me get good signal.
I'm sorry? Yeah, maybe, I don't know if you're on your phone or on a tablet, maybe plug it in. Sometimes plugging it in will help the devices within to get off of battery power because I see you're on battery power. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you. And then when I see that your signal clears up, I'll bring you back on. Question, at this point, you had to have had enough time to copy and paste. So I bid you adieu. God bless. And I pray that you come to the truth. Bought by blood.
What's up, bro?
Man, I you know what? I can't even say that I expected Queen Dawa to give you a hard time, but essentially I almost felt at some points where he was actually arguing your points for you, and that was bad. That was bad. Let me see if this guy is better. Muhammad, okay, are you back? Are you better?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, yes, Muhammad, are you there? Hello, Muhammad, are
I
you
heard
there?
him say hello.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if he's lagging.
Hello?
Hello,
He
yes.
seems to be somewhat better.
Yeah. Muhammad, are you there?
Heard him say hello again, but then
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
So what's up, brother? You're a Muslim?
Okay, what are we discussing?
What do you want to? It says Christianity is more trustworthy than Islam. So what do you want to discuss? What do you want to say?
Why can't I hear you?
What?
I can't hear you.
Can everybody else hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Can I rejoin?
I can hear you fine,
Yeah, you can rejoin. Go ahead and
rejoin.
Go ahead, brother.
You, but he's really choppy.
Yeah, I think that he's probably from another nation as well, and he's far, and then he's
He
got
looked, he looked like a child.
Yeah, he doesn't look that old either. So, yeah, brother, man, you know what was funny, man? And I'm not gonna lie, because you were debating for a while, and I mean quite some time. You know, at one point I heard this fool say that I can't remember which one it was, but he either said that poppy seeds or orchid seeds grow to be as big or if not bigger than mustard seeds.
He said orchid seeds.
Orchid seeds
grow into a tree.
Into a tree. Did you notice how when you tried to call him out on that, he refused to answer it? He pretended like he didn't hear your question.
It was the most mentally exhausting debate I've ever had. It's not because it was difficult, but because I've never encountered a Muslim that dodged so many questions in my life.
Yeah.
Literally, I would ask a question. I would say yes or no and expound. There was at one point he's like, "It's not a yes or no question." I'm like, "It literally is." But no, it was mentally exhausting.
Yeah.
The main thing that I want Christians to know is just this is like the primary defeat for the mustard seed. If Jesus is aware of smaller seeds than the mustard seed, then guess what? When he's speaking of the smallness of the mustard seed, he's speaking in a way that is either phenomenological, hyperbolic, or going to be just like based off a Jewish proverb. And so that's the end. Jesus is aware of fig seeds. He conceded that Jesus is aware of fig seeds, but then he tried to make that Jesus is unaware of the comparison between fig seeds and mustard seeds.
Yeah.
But you can't make that argument based off probability.
And
So-
but even speaking about that, this is what Muslims don't understand about this argument. Jesus, like you said, is not only speaking phenomenologically, but also from an agricultural standpoint that the people that he's speaking to are going to understand, right? And if you plug in,
that is phenomenology.
Yeah.
So when we say like phenomenologically, we're saying based off of the receivers. So there's something called speech act theory, and this is what people in the comment section might not understand. So there's something called locution, illocution, and perlocution.
Yeah.
So locution is where I say the house is on fire. Okay. The illocution is what my intention is. And when I say that, and then the perlocution is what's going to be received or understood by the people around me.
I don't hear him.
They're what?
He cut out for a moment.
I cut out? Hello?
Yeah, at least on the cross unit side. Yeah, you did.
I think it was
my bad.
just
Yeah.
the word because I heard him. But
Oh, okay. It might have been just the word then because Johnny was hearing him.
Yeah. So the locution, the illocution, and the perlocution. Jesus' words, his intent of the words, and how his words are received. The phenomenological understanding of the people is just going to be how they're actually receiving it in perlocution. And so, yeah, that's he kept trying to say that Jesus, like, it's just an untenable position.
Yeah.
Bear beat the crap out of him already before he debated me.
Yeah, I actually released a commentary video on that, and I couldn't believe he tried it. He tried it on Bear because with Bear didn't even King Dawa's argument didn't even get off the ground. Like he couldn't even explain his initial position properly, right? And that to me was funny. But then with you, this thing went on for 3, and then Jay was telling me some of the things that he was saying as far as the black seed argument. That's humiliating, bro. There was a point where
he created a new position. Like,
yeah,
that's the worst part is his position. His position isn't in scholarship anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And claimed that he could provide it to you, but then never did. There was a point where you would hammer him and he was completely off screen and you could see the top of his head. Like you see him typing something. Like, bro, you're not gonna be able to type fast enough for ChatGPT to help you out. Like you're already cooked. You know what I mean? I know what you're doing.
I don't know how true this is, but someone told me that they have evidence of him, that they have evidence of him going to Discord during the debate and getting sources from.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. I
Bro,
like to try to act charitably.
I have had Muslims openly tell me that they were getting their arguments from Discord in real time while speaking to me. I caught a guy one time who didn't even have his audio right, and I heard the guy that was on Discord with him feeding him the arguments that I was slapping down one by one. This is not new stuff for them. You know what I mean? It was pathetic, dude. If he debates again after this, he just has no self-awareness whatsoever. Inferiority
he
complex, you're on
posted-
stage, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, man.
What's up, man?
Hey, and fellow Christian.
What's up? What'd you call in?
I wanted to tell you that I love how you're grilling these Muslims, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
I love like that you let them know that your three gods are gangbanging 10-year-old Maria.
It's always the ones that can barely say anything right in English. It's always those ones. Always those
Maria.
ones.
Stupid.
Maria's the name of your mama, dude.
Right.
Who the hell is Maria?
I want to say huge shout out to your favorite Arab again with another $20 super chat who says, hilarious when Muslims say oneness of God. Tawheed means to unify. How are you unifying one? Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Amen. I'm sorry, John. So go ahead. You were talking about I agree with you. Bear, I mean, Bear absolutely elbow dropped this dude, and I just don't understand how Bear doesn't get more attention than he does, because it's like they go to him, they try these arguments, they get their booty whooped, and then they still go and try the argument anyway. Cora's done it to him, he embarrassed her. King Dawo's done it to him, he embarrassed him. Central has done it to him, he embarrassed him. He's done it to who else was it? Anas has tried Bear many times. Like, these guys just don't get tired of losing, you know, and I just don't understand. Hello. How are you? You don't know?
No,
Oh,
Bear.
sure, cutie. I swear, Bear was the one. Yeah, Bear was the one that taught me. He taught me how to respond to the. Oh, she's so cute.
Thank you. Say hi.
Hi.
Bear, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Tiger, Bear was the one that taught you what?
No, I said he was the one that taught the response for the how many gods died on the cross argument, which is always asked do they mean nature or persons?
Correct.
Because once you catch them out in that nature or persons thing, their whole argument goes down the drain.
Yep. Mohammed, you're on stage again, brother. Can you hear me?
Okay. Hello?
Yep. What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So
I'm defending my religion a bit.
You're what? Okay, yeah, Mohammed. I'm sorry, brother. I can't hear you. And you're talking, and then your speech is like 5 minutes behind, brother. So I'm sorry. Maybe find another show closer to your country or something. And I'm not being sarcastic, but I can tell. Usually when people are calling from, dude, your favorite Arab again, bro. Let's go.
I hear weak defense. I hear logical.
Your favorite Arab says, shout out to Bear the Image. Go hit that subscribe button. Yes, sir. With another $20 super chat, bro. Let's go. Say fuerte. Say fuerte. Fuerte.
Put your faith in the fire, put your logic to the test.
Thank you so much, your favorite Arab, for the super chat again, brother. We are at 260% of today's goal, man. You guys are absolutely goated. Oh, and also thank you.
You guys are making me blush.
Dude, I want to tell you about your wife. She did it again, bro. I don't know if you were listening. Thank you, Amira.
Oh, yeah, I was. Was that before I came up?
Yeah, that was before
right
you came
I
up.
right?
She did it again.
Yeah,
Two
I was
questions,
listening
bro.
in the background.
2 questions. I was like, this is ridiculous. We get stuck with these guys for 45 minutes. She does it in 2 questions. I don't understand. Thank you, Amira, for the retro headset. Yeah, that was absolutely sick. I never got one of those before. I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. God bless you. And I'm going to add words way back to the scene. So, but, okay. Do you want to do the rest of the live, or are you going to let me, no?
Let her cook. Let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude.
Tell her to say Jay is the best.
Say Jay. I don't know. Say Jay is the best.
Say Jay is the best.
Jay is the best. Jay is the best.
Thank you.
So,
see?
but so what? So as far because you guys were debating for like 3-4 hours, right? What was
something like that? Yeah.
What was his response for the the black mustard seed, because after you kicked him around about I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. After you beat the poop out of him about the mustard seed, I which I knew was gonna happen, I couldn't have cared less, because I knew that if he did that bad in his claim, I can only imagine how bad he was gonna do on defense.
I missed the mustard seed one. I saw the black seed. He was just it sounded like he didn't have any anything to back up his explanation with scholars, but you did, right? Right, John? Is that right?
Yeah. So his explanation, literally, this was his position. His position was, if you take black seed and it heals any part of the person, then the hadith is true. But the problem is the hadith indexes the black seed to the disease. But this was literally his position, Bear. He said that if he takes the black seed and it heals his pinky, like let's say he has cancer, if he takes the black seed and it heals his pinky, then the hadith is fulfilled and true.
Wait, and the hadith, I'm assuming, says it eliminates the disease. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. It heals and shifa. It heals and cures the disease, right?
Got you.
So
eliminates
the
the disease,
healing,
but he's saying, oh yeah, well that will be equivalent to just healing my pinky, but everywhere else is contaminated with the disease.
Yeah, I asked him flat out. I'm like, okay, so according to your view, if you take black seed for your disease of cancer and it makes your ankle feel better, then the hadith is fulfilled. And he said yes. This position is not anywhere in the scholarship. In fact, the scholars disagree with each other. And I can't even remember how many times I asked him, what is your interpretive principle that is leading you to this position? Like what's the principle that you're applying here? He would not answer that question to save his life. And so because he doesn't know, he doesn't know Arabic. And so he said both positions, because here are the positions that you have. You have basically two primary positions. You have, and there's some nuance, but two primary positions is one, that the prophet should not be taken literally here, and two, the prophet should be taken literally here, right? His position was that it should be taken literally, but in a completely different sense from his scholars. So that's
so ad hoc, like just we don't.
Straight ad hoc. But I mean, his scholars are ad hoc too, right?
Yeah.
So like one scholar says that what the prophet means by this is that it heals all cold diseases or diseases caused by moisture, and it does not bring any healing to hot diseases. And I asked him flat out, I'm like, listen, what was the prophet's intention? Do you know the prophet's intention when he said it brings healing? I got him to say no, he does not know the prophet's intention, which means he's forming a belief based off of literally no criteria. If he doesn't know the prophet's intention, then his criteria for why he's choosing his view over another view is literally arbitrary. So
yeah, but God forbid, we do that, right? We have an explanation like that as Christians. That's crazy.
But you know what's crazy about that is that they're attacking the mustard seed, which is clearly a parable, right? And if you insert any other botanical claim that they're trying to bring forth, whether it's the orchid or the poppy seed, whatever, the parable no longer makes sense, right? Doesn't make sense. Now, you're taking a parable and you're comparing it to a literal medical claim from your prophet, right? Because the scholar can say whatever the hell he wants, ladies and gentlemen, but at the end of the day, his claim was very clear. Aisha even asked for clarification at the end of the narration and said, "What is this?" And Muhammad said, "Death." The hadith literally says every disease, every ailment except for death.
Yeah.
No
He
wet
was
disease,
indexing it to the
no
person.
dry disease, no hot disease. No, that's not what he said. He said everything shy of death. So literally everything, AIDS, cancer, syphilis, whatever you have, this will cure it. That was the claim. right? And you could have been extraordinarily uncharitable, John, and be like, no, that's not what Muhammad says. And unlike the mustard seed, Muhammad was being literal. This is a literal medical claim. The problem is, I think that Muhammad didn't expect Aisha to reveal as much about the things he said to her as she did. I don't think that he expected her to go forth and talk about the cave and talk about the seed and getting punched in the chest and all the other stuff that came through.
Aisha is his biggest op.
Dude, beyond,
Yeah,
bro.
you know, Maverick, this is a regular thing within the Islamic world where the miracle of reinterpretation, as David would likes to call it, you know, when you bring up a problem to a Muslim, they will say, oh yeah, that's what it says. But what it really means to say is da, 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 da.
Yes.
Hey, Brother Maverick, I'll be back here in just a minute.
No problem. No problem. We needed a spot anyway. Yeah, there's nobody requested. Crossunit.net/call if you guys are on the YouTube side or on X or Twitch. Go ahead, crossunit.net/Discord in your browser of choice. We have clips coming up. Clips,
What's
you're
up?
on stage. What's up?
I just want to say, bro, it's sad to see that little girl have a moron as a
Oh, dude.
father. Is well, why am I getting?
Dude, you
Pele,
irritated
don't
me right on
drop
the
him,
spot.
drop him. Just drop him. Let's move on.
Irritated me right on the spot. That sounded like a typical Muslim. Okay, not so typical to be honest. Not all of them are. I don't even know which word to use. Like some of them are actually pretty kind.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of them are just.
Yeah, you know, and you know what's crazy about it, guys, is that it doesn't bother me as much as you would think, because here's the thing. Don't think for a second that his punk ass would ever say that to me in my face. Don't think that for a second. He wouldn't. He wouldn't even approach me, right? And that's the thing, is that the internet age has created a culture where you can type and you can say stupid things because you know that you don't got to get worried about getting your teeth knocked out, right? That's the culture that we now live in. And that's not the culture as it was when I grew up. When I grew up, you had to say what you had to say, and you said it to people's face, and whatever ended up transpiring as a result is what transpired. But at the end of the day, you had to be a man and you had to say it to somebody's face, right? These people, they don't have any men. You know, they want to request up on TikTok. And then the first thing, of course, just like your prophet did, is you focus on my little girl, because that's the kind of reprobate, detestable, reprehensible mind you have. So understand, guys, that these guys, they're all talk, but they would never say it in my face. Never.
Dude,
Because I don't play
remember
that crap.
once. Well, I remember when I lived back in Malta, there was a certain point where we had Arab neighbors. Now, I'm assuming that they were Muslim because that is also how they actually behaved.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother was on her way home once, and these guys lived in the same apartment, like 3 or 4 of them, I think 3. And a guy, he started a disrespectful conversation with my mother, and she couldn't bear it. She responded, and he started following her, and he threatened her. And then I told my father about this. Actually, me and my father were in front of our house, and I said, "Oh, I think it's one of these guys that that my mother had an incident with." And then when my father approached them, there were 2 guys, and they didn't know what was going on. Now, the guy who is responsible for the incident, he was inside, and he heard a commotion, and he came out, and he started giving my father a totally different story.
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course, because it was time to pay the piper, and he wasn't about. You know, it's easy to pretend like you want the smoke, you know, before, but it's completely different when you are face to face, right? It's different when you're harassing a woman, and I've noticed that too. And it's not just a Muslim thing. I've noticed that in general, society has come that way. My wife is always telling me stories when she comes home about people who do and say things and are unkind to her and yell at her when they're driving and do all these things. And it's always a guy. It's always a guy. But guess what, guys? When I'm sitting there with her, guess how many times that's happened? Never. It's never happened. It's amazing how brave guys will get with women when they're by themselves. But the moment they're with another guy, all of a sudden that bravery It's not as present, is it? It's not as. It's just like I was actually talking to a couple of months ago. I think that Peace was on the panel. Bear was either not on the panel yet or had just gotten there, and he was. I know he was on a phone call, and Harvest was here, and I don't remember what name. He started calling Peace names, right? And I muted him, and I eventually ended up booting him. And I was like, it's funny because you think you're a tough ass, right? You think you're Mr. Big and Badass because you're talking to a woman that way. But if you were standing in front of her husband, I guarantee you're not going to talk to her like that. He was like, yes, I would. I'm like, bro, no, you wouldn't. I promise and guarantee you, if you're talking to Peace in real life, and she's standing there with her husband, you're not going to talk to her like that. You won't, because you don't have the balls. And that's what they've all shown, that they're tough. I mean, there's even for Christ's sake, there's even a verse in the Quran, because Muhammad wasn't man enough to say this to people to people himself. There was a verse where Allah had to instruct people, don't be hanging around his house too long. Yeah. Don't hang around his house too long. Don't annoy him with questions.
I know the verse.
And how incredibly pathetic that you're not man enough. You are not man enough to say this to people yourself. You had to pretend like God told you to put this in the Quran, that in a holy book, not to annoy you, and that if they talk to your wives to speak behind a curtain, that nobody can marry your wives because you're such an egotistical blowhard that you don't even want to, you couldn't even bear the thought of men marrying your wife after you died? I mean,
literally. But look, brother Maverick, this is what I wanted to say. Even in real life, they're not about that life, because I remember, I think it was even yesterday when I was calling out Mr. Doxar, somebody came up onto my panel and they wanted to be doing up, they like to do pom-poms and cheerleader. Right. And then he came up and he was like, oh yeah, I saw you in Speaker's Corner and you are overweight and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, hold on a second. So you're telling me you saw me face to face, you didn't do nothing? Yep. You didn't say anything to me. You didn't come to me. You didn't have a conversation, nothing. Yeah. But you're going to come on social media and you're going to be insulting me on a social media while letting everybody know that you didn't do anything in real life.
Yeah. And that's the same guy who drove up to a church with another Muslim where Elijah Johnson was and a couple of other guys. Yep. And when Elijah rolled up and said, what's up? He drove off and then pretended like he was going to go down the block and go do something. Guess what they didn't do? Exactly. They never got out of the car. They never got out of the car. As a matter of fact, his passenger said, well, we just came to talk, man. Where's all that toughness? Where's all that toughness that you guys talk about online?
He keeps on spinning another analogy. I keep on calling him out on it because I said, you ain't about that life. You like to threaten people. Mm-hmm. But then when it got down to the get down, you came to a church and you got scared. Yeah. To a church? You got scared?
I think what he wanted to get a recording of Elijah or any other Christian running away from them. And when Elijah approached the car, no hesitation, that they didn't get what they wanted. And he was stupid enough to go live while he was doing it,
Did you guys notice how Cora, when she was debating with Avery's wife, and actually in both occasions when it was Cora versus 20 and it was Avery's wife versus 12 Muslims, Cora, despite the fact that she was trying so hard to be kind, there were still instances where she was arrogant. Yeah. But then as soon as she started making videos on TikTok about the debate and about Avery's wife, she instantly switches to this arrogant piece of trash mode.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's true because the thing of it is, she is able to get away with that arrogance when she's on her own panel, when she's on a Muslim panel. She thinks she's in control. She didn't have that same energy when she was talking to Christina in either video, because she didn't have her, she didn't have her little computer in front of her, right? She didn't have her mute button. She couldn't appeal to the audience. She got humiliated, right? The stupidest thing I heard, isn't there an abrogation when Yahweh doesn't want to be called Baal? No, stupid. You don't even know the difference between abrogation and correction. Show us where Yahweh ever allowed himself to be called Baal. You know what I mean? Like and then you ask her for a source. She doesn't have it. That's who she is. She's honestly not worth. Give me a second.
Yeah,
I'm just curious. This was months ago. There was a debate that was scheduled, you and someone else versus Korra and Itachi, if I'm not mistaken. What happened about that?
No, it wasn't me. It was supposed to be Itachi and Korra versus, I think, I thought it was Tiger.
That's what I said, Maverick. You misheard me. It was Tiger and someone else against Korra
maybe
and Itachi.
maybe Rita.
So no, it was me and Wisdom, and it's supposed
Wisdom,
to. It was
that's it.
supposed to be me and Wisdom versus Itachi and Korra. But I've
and what
got an
happened?
exam. I've got an exam, and a really important exam next month. So I held it back, and I said that I've got to focus on that which I have been doing recently. And then after August, if everybody noticed, I haven't done any debate with anyone since February. So yeah, after August now, then yeah, I'll get back into the debating.
Real quick, Sister Harvest, I'm going to drop you for the moment to open up a spot. Just stay there, re-request up, so you stay in the queue until we get these two guys out of here, and then I'll bring you back up.
Problem.
Thank you so much. Itch. Thank you, Sister Harvest. I appreciate it. Dude, your favorite Arab guys, 90, 110, $130 in super chats today alone. That deserves. We'll do this until it shows up.
Bro, I can't find my ruler.
Your favorite Arab just snapping with the super chats, man. Itch, you're not loading up, bro. I'll give you like another few seconds. If not, we'll bring up the next guest. Oh, there's nobody else. There was somebody else. All right. Let's see who's here. Oh, your boy's here, word. Your boy is here watching. He's here watching from the bench because he doesn't understand the difference between name calling and good debate tactics. Hey, you're an idiot. You got headbutted. You got stunned. You're stunned. You're an idiot. You're not on my level. Oh, yeah. Wonderfully done, Adam. Wonderfully done. You are the next Christopher Hitchens. The next Christopher Hitchens. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, dude, the amount of times I've just utterly stun-locked Adam in conversations.
Yeah. Clips, I'm not going to bring you up, bro, because if I bring you up and you say something stupid, I'm going to spend the whole rest of the stream talking about how your prophet got ridden in the desert, bro. I promise to God. You say one more stupid thing on my stream, and I'm going to read every humiliating hadith about that reprehensible scumbag that you call a prophet. Okay? I'm
Hey,
telling
by
you
the
right
way,
now.
Brother Maverick.
Yeah.
You know Adam requested up to Elijah Johnson's live the other day?
Yes, I saw it.
Dude, he got demolished.
He always gets demolished.
Oh, bulldozed.
He always gets demolished. He demolishes himself with that haircut. I don't know what. I mean, what, the minute he opens his mouth, it's like, what do you like? Why? What? Bro looks like Darth Vader.
Did you see that part of the debate, Maverick?
Which one?
When he said he wanted to shave my beard off?
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Flat out during the debate, he just randomly says, "I'm gonna shave that beard off, man." And I looked right.
And he was like Malik. He was like, oh, lesbiana. That lesbiana wanted me to lick his feet and stuff. You wanted to touch my beard.
Well, no, I turned it on him first. He said, "I want to shave that beard." I'm like, "Why you want to touch my face? That's a little gay, bro."
Completely took him off.
Yo,
Like, oh,
MJ with the retro headset, bro. Appreciate you. Let's go. Retro headset up in her. I got retro headset, y'all. Adam,
No,
stop
that
it.
hair- that
Adam,
hair-
nobody likes you, bro. You're terrible at this. You're requesting up. You're going to say something stupid. You're going to get dropped. You don't know anything about Islam. You don't know anything about Christianity. And when you're asked to provide sources, you can't. You start launching ad hominems. And then you act. Bro, you've made the rounds, dude. You called Avery's stream. He smashed you. You've called mine. I've destroyed you. You spoke to Word is the Way. He elbow dropped you. And on top of that, he continued to respect you despite the fact that you didn't deserve it. Elijah slapped you down. I think Tiger has slapped you down. There's no Bought by Blood he grabbed you by your fro and he threw you across the street. Like, stop it already, bro. Like, you're one of those guys that loses fights nonstop and you claim victory. That's weird, bro. You are literally the Steve Urkel of the freaking Muslim world. Stop.
This
Stop
is called
embarrassing
masochistic. This is masochistic at this point.
Yeah, dude. You're like
it's masochistic at this point.
It's
It's like I'm starting to think you have a kink, and you're gonna need to
Dude,
chill
seriously.
out. All right.
Bro, do you even work? Like, what do you do? I've seen you at all hours of all days on Christian Lives. What do you do for a living, bro? Are you stupid for a living? Do you get paid for that? Hope, you're on stage. What's up? Hope, you there? Hello? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello? Hope of the world? Nope. Okay. You have a go, man. Who are we talking about, Elijah? We're talking about Adam, bro. Adam. Adam the Muslim, dude. I mean, he's just so bad. He's so bad, bro.
I like to call him Adam.
Yeah, dum-dum. Adam the dum-dum. He's requesting up.
Dum-dum.
Bro,
let him come up.
I bet you anything that conversation is gonna be like.
Oh,
so
he
why
left.
you not letting me?
He left
Let
before I
him
could show it. He
Oh,
left
dang.
before I could show it.
Let him come up and pick his poison.
All
like
right.
He's gonna-
literally anyone on this panel.
All right, here I'll
He's gonna
accept
come
him.
up like
I'm
he's
mute.
gonna
Go
come
ahead.
up like, why are you?
I'm gonna
Let him
why
come
you
up and
running
pick his
away from
poison.
me? Because you're not ready to have a conversation.
Bro, you are such a coward.
You
are the
told you.
biggest coward.
See, call
That's
me
the
the Christian
Christian.
tiger.
That's the Christian way. Talk and then mute and drop. You love debating when you drop me. That's the only time you want to talk.
Just pick your poison, Adam.
BBL. I don't know why you're talking like I don't embarrass you every time we speak.
Okay, pick your poison. Who do you want to fight? Pick your fighter.
Honestly, you guys are all low tiers. Genuinely, the bear is probably the only decent one on here. I'll give him that.
Adam, stay away from playgrounds, dude.
What's wrong with me, Adam? I mean, you and I never even engaged in a conversation.
Yeah,
Why are
that's
you
true.
trashing me?
That's true. I don't know you. I never
Oh,
heard
see,
you talk.
okay, that's who, that might be who you need to conversate with because everyone else on this panel has already buried
Okay,
you.
I'm curious to see how he handles my question because the prompt says they tell Paul be quiet.
Yeah, take
Why
it
does
before
the prompt says Christianity is more trustworthy than Islam? So I want to know, and this is what I asked Elijah. Supposedly he demolished me, like out of your mind. What is the first mention of any church father that fully articulates the Trinity? When did this doctrine become, if you claim that it's apostolic succession, why don't we see any explicit teaching of it until the 3rd and 4th century?
It's very important for fully express the Trinity explicitly.
Here, just let Reformer bury him.
Yeah, we'll see. What? We can't hear you, bro. Well, I
George.
can't.
Yeah, George, we can't hear you.
Hold on. Do you hear me?
Sound like you're underwater, bro. Under the sea.
Hello?
Hello?
Your mic was
no,
good a minute ago. I don't know what happened to it.
I'll get my headset. Hold on.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, now we can hear you.
I'll
Yeah.
get no. Wait. I'll get my headset because it will come back again. Hold on.
See, while he's getting his headset, Adam, you have to like let your survival mechanism kick in at some point. All right.
So this is how desperate BBL had to get. He thinks he baked me by saying his God has multiple voices.
Okay, I'm here.
That's how he had to get away from the argument. He has a sleepy voice and a spooky voice.
I'm here, Adam.
Okay, so I'll repeat the question one more time. Damn, buddy.
Okay, I'm listening. Yeah, I heard.
You sound like you're in a tornado.
All right, somebody else just take it. Somebody else just take it, Bob. Go ahead.
Somebody else got to step up. I got my sword
Hello?
up.
Hello, is this thing on?
Oh, wait,
Alright,
go
yeah.
on, Former. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll repeat the question one more time because that took a minute. So you claim that your teaching of the Trinity and your doctrine was taught by the disciples of Christ, and it was the doctrine you have today is the result of apostolic succession, all the way from tracing back to Christ and his disciples. So if that's true, why don't we see any explicit mention? And instead, we actually see a lot of heretical claims because they didn't fully understand the now concept of the Trinity. Why did it take up until the 3rd and 4th century for the Trinity to be fully articulated? Why is there no mention of 3 persons, 1 essence, co-eternal, co-substantial? Why is that completely absent until the 4th century?
Okay, so first of all, do you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, so first of all, we see Trinity in. I mean, I just don't understand how someone can read the Bible and not perceive Trinity. So, would you like me to stick to the Bible, or would you like me to stick to the church fathers?
You're just cooking your church fathers because they didn't see it, obviously, right? So why should I?
Okay, that's not true. Okay. When you say that, you obviously haven't read the church fathers.
Okay, give me a church. That's the question. Give me a church father that fully articulates the Trinity prior to.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get my phone. Because I watched the video. There were actually we have multiple church fathers, and even one of them gave us the term. They gave us the term Trinity. One of them.
Yeah, that's Tertullian. He's in the 3rd century, and he still says heretical things. He doesn't have the full concept.
He's not in the 3rd century. What are you talking about? He's in the 2nd century.
Tertullian? No, he's not.
Tertullian was born in 155.
You're tripping.
He was born in 155
That's
AD.
Justin Martyr.
Tertullian lived
Tertullian
around 155.
3rd century, bro. What's
you
wrong
moron.
with this guy? All right,
155 was when he was born. Look it up.
Google
Okay, here it is. Here it is. 1st century apostolic fathers. Clement of Rome.
Hold on 1 second, George. Right there, genius. When does it say Tertullian was born? You talk out of your ass nonstop.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay,
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Definitely not your.
Your Tawheed. Your Tawheed was settled in the 18th century. Your Tawheed was settled in the 18th century, dude.
Tertullian
That's a joke.
Because
by the way,
does not fully.
That's a 10-second bakery right there.
By the way, Brother Maverick.
So where does he teach it?
Your Tawheed was settled in the 18th century.
This is what Patel has to do every time he gets big. You gotta run.
Every time this PDF. This absolute terrorist. Absolute terrorist PDF.
Do you want me to share the church father? Because I have a website. I can
go ahead.
Share.
Yeah, I have them in front of me as well.
George has it too.
Yeah, here we go. Clement of Rome, 35 to 99 AD. He writes of Trinity. Ignatius of Antioch, 35 to 170.
You got to read what they say. You got to give the quote.
Here we go. Clement of Rome. Have we not one God and one Christ and one Spirit, capital S, of grace poured upon us?
That bakes you. You have one God and one what?
Hold on. In the Bible, all 3 of them are described as divine.
Look, George, you gotta do. Look, hold on.
Why am I getting muted?
Look, bro, Adam, because dude, you did this with Elijah. Elijah did the same thing to you. Look, did Clement of Rome talk about the Trinity? Yes, Clement of Rome referenced the concept of the Trinity in his writings.
AI overview,
bro. I'm going.
Where does he?
Bro, shut the hell up. Yes, Clement of Rome
That's not
referenced
answering the question.
Yes, Clement of Rome referenced the concept of the Trinity in his writings, primarily in his surviving letter to the Corinthians known as First Clement, written around 96 AD. He did not use the word Trinity, which was coined later, but he affirmed all three divine persons and spoke of them together as a unified object of grace. His
Prove it.
references appear in the form of the tripartite three-part formulas that associate the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So when you go down right here, Clement of Rome Wikipedia, it's also found in Sacred Faith. It's also in Evidence Unseen.
Bro, you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
You don't
yeah,
even
you're
know
right.
what you're talking about.
Okay, sure, buddy.
Where does he teach the Trinity? This guy's an idiot. He's
This is impossible. This is
I dropped it for one reason. Okay, so
He
this
just
is
got dropped, right?
Yeah, I
What-
wanted to do the same thing, but I was like, no, like,
Here's what he
might
wants.
not like it, so.
Here's what he wants. Hold on.
I think,
Here's what he wants.
You're gonna
I
share
think
something,
he
right?
has.
Oh my God.
I think he has a mental.
Can I just
disorder,
finish?
But that's just my opinion.
Okay, all right.
I'm not certified to actually clinically diagnose a person, but
Okay.
that is irregular behavior.
All right, so here's what he wants, folks. He wants the exact verbiage, everything articulate as it was done in the councils earlier on. He's looking for the same words. No, later on, they articulated much more strongly. Okay, that means the concept is there. Everybody's talking about it. He's saying, why aren't they using the same words that they came up with in the 4th century? So, in other words, he wants to insist on that thing now. On the other hand, the doctrine itself was already established way earlier. Now, in Islam, ladies and gentlemen, his Tawheed, the third part of it, because it's broken down into 3. I'll show you this, guys. Here, 1 second here. Where is it? That came in the 18th century.
Wait, he's gone? What
Under
happened?
Wahhab.
Is that
I
the
don't-
Tiger dropped him?
okay.
Dropped him, and let me see if it's him
I
requesting
don't think
again.
so.
Tiger?
No, it's not.
No. I did it. I did it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just minding my
I
business
apologize.
with my
No, I
kids.
apologize. Tiger.
Tiger's
I thought-
getting blamed.
Tiger, wait.
It's okay,
Tiger,
it's okay.
I thought I heard you say, Tiger, that you dropped him. I literally thought that I heard you say I dropped him. That's
No,
why I said that you dropped him.
No, it wasn't me.
Okay, I apologize.
It's okay.
No,
it was me.
Jay dropped him in 2 ways.
You know
Jay
what-
dropped him
You know
when he
what's crazy,
actually
too?
relayed to him. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry. You were talking first. Go ahead, brother. I'll finish. I'll say it after. Go ahead.
No, Jay dropped him when he said that Tertullian is 3rd century, and then Jay literally dropped him from the panel after.
Let me show your audience this. Let me show you this on
No, go ahead,
camera if I can get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I can get going. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this absolute must stay Muslim. Never, ever come on our side. That level of stupidity the Ummah needs to have. This is the 3 parts of Tawheed. Remember, there are 3 parts of Tawheed, okay? All right, so this is initially, let me just quickly for you guys to understand this. On their Tawheed, you have 3 parts. You got Rububiyya, you got Tawheed al-Asma wa Sifat, okay? And then you got Tawheed al-Uluhiyya. 3 parts, okay? 3 divisions to Tawheed. It never started off that way. Let me introduce you to when the other parts came. In the 7th to 10th century, they believed only early Sunnis, Asharis, Maturis, Tahawis. They believed Tawheed. All that it's called Tawheed was one and indivisible. That's it. In the 13th to 14th century, in comes the biggest moron in Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah, and he introduces the Rubahiyya and the Uluhiyya split. 13th to 14th century. This is a good 700 years after Muhammad. In the 18th century, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, or the Wahhabis, you know, all the T's, the Salafis and the Wahhabis, the biggest T's in Islam. Those guys, he added Asma wa Sifat to the form of the 3-part system. So these idiots, and then in the 20th century, the Salafi revivalists institutionalized all these 3 parts, threefold Tawheed into their books. 20th century. 20th century, ladies and gentlemen, is when the Salafis institutionalized the 3 parts. So this is their history. And he wants to come up here and ask us when the Trinity was there. All he's looking for in the Trinity is like, it has to show me where it says hypostasis. Show me where it says this, that. All the actual verbiage which was formalized much later on, 3rd, 4th century, he wants to see that in the earlier on. You don't need to. You have to just see the concept. On the other hand, you guys have started splitting stuff up over all these years.
And on top of that as well, the first time that the word Trinity was used is by Theophilus of Antioch in 180 AD.
Only thing I have to say to that, Adam, I am your father. Bro.
Bro.
Wait, is that the original image, or did someone Photoshop the Darth Vader helmet onto his head?
I used AI to put the Darth Vader. I mean, that's exactly what his hair looks like anyway. He looks like a weirdo. And then let me ask you guys a question. Who the hell, as a guy, stands there taking pictures of themselves like this? What are you doing? Why?
A light-skinned brother.
You have to
wait. Show the picture one more time.
Okay.
Show the picture one more time.
You have to appreciate.
Okay.
Okay. Some things you got to appreciate, Maverick. You can please look at the glass half full. He's not sending the other kinds of pics that typically the Dawa boys send the girls around here.
Thank God, man. Thank God.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the Korah's Muslim fanboys are hitting on her privately in the chat sometimes.
Absolutely. But remember, according to the senior sheikhs of Islam worldwide, Korah has no business doing what she's doing anyway because she is violating the sentimental niqab. But remember, Korah is above the rules of Islam, just like Libiano is when they were talking about J49. Yeah, just as like when I was talking to Johnny about this earlier, when Malik was crying about Dean debating Jay and Dean pretending like he didn't know that Jay was blacklisted, right? And Libiano made it clear that even though he knows that when you are in the presence of a blasphemer, you are to leave. Oh, but wisdom and experience show me that we can do something different. Oh, so you're above the rules of the Quran. Oh, cool. Cool. It's good to know that when you're popular enough, the Quran no longer applies to you as a Muslim, but you're sitting there getting shahadas all the time and putting them on your live stream. Right. Well, I'm sorry. We just found out that they're paying people to do that too, which it's not like we didn't know that already. Who keeps score? You're on stage.
Who's paying who?
There's a bunch of stuff coming out that these shahadas are fake. Which I mean, you don't have to be a genius to understand that these shahadas were not real to begin with, and that people are getting paid, and there's like screenshots pathetic. Of conversations coming up where they're paying people to come up and take shahadas. Supposedly,
that is pathetic.
I was gonna say something, and I don't know whether anybody has ever run this argument. If you notice, every single Islamic scholar that is brought up, they always have an explanation for something, but it always comes from a place of, like, where do you get that information from?
Right.
Like, there was a conversation that Cora had with Logic where she brought up a scholar and she said that the hadith that speaks about Aisha playing with dolls, she was of a mature age then and she had hit puberty. But then it's like, where do you get that information from? Because the hadiths don't say that. And this person that she's quoting came in the 13th century. So it's like, how does he know if none of the scholars before it knew that she had hit puberty in this hadith?
Yeah. Yeah. And what happened? Did I eat? Yeah.
Oh, no. But wait, Tiger. They'll also say that, you know what? How do you know that this was not preserved as a oral tradition all the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah, but even then, I know that the Keva Hira argument is getting around to them too, because I remember Cora during her conversation with the I think it was the 20 Christian women. I want to say it was the 1v20. She made the claim out of nowhere and unprovoked that supposedly Gabriel introduced himself to Muhammad, as is attested to by, it was either Ibn Kathir or Ibn Taymiyyah. I want to say it was Ibn Kathir, according to the biography of Ibn Hisham. The problem with that, couple things, guys.
That's what Libiano said.
Yeah. According to Ibn Kathir, Gabriel introduced himself. What you have done now is you have gone to a Muslim scholar who is contradicting your prophet. because your prophet, in his detailed narration to his wife that she later narrated, and both of these hadiths are rated sahih, there was no introduction made. Because if there was an introduction made, the introduction that was provided by Warqa would have been unnecessary. So are we supposed to listen to Muhammad and Aisha, or are we supposed to listen to Ibn Kathir, who, by the way, guys, passed away in the 1400s? Didn't even know Muhammad's great-grandchildren. But we're supposed to believe them because they're Muslim and they're scholars. Get the hell out of my face. Now, imagine if we provided an explanation like that for the Gospels, all of a sudden, oh my God. Oh, so contradiction.
Exactly.
When we illustrate perfect perspective, right? Because there's nothing that contradicts. We do have different perspectives. To them, that explanation is never enough. But they can have their scholars openly contradict, right? Because if Gabriel had introduced himself, ladies and gentlemen, just tell me anybody here. I won't even get mad if you say no. If Gabriel had introduced himself, would Muhammad have relayed that to Aisha?
No, sorry. You just said you would get mad, so I just want to say it.
Most probably.
Right.
Most probably.
Don't you think that's extraordinarily important? And a very, I mean, he put details in, right? Where he was getting pressed to the point where he couldn't bear it, right? He put details in where the first 4 ayahs from Surah 96 were revealed, right? He even talked about how he would go back and get clothing and get food and go to the cave and meditate, right? He put all this detail into this account. Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. But all of a sudden we need to wait minimum 200 years for Ibn Hisham to bastardize the work of Ibn Ishaq to finally hear that he did introduce himself? Yeah, not so
The problem is that the standards that they apply to Islam, they do not apply to Christianity.
Correct.
And the standards that they apply to Christianity, they do not apply them to Islam.
Correct. Amen. Who, you are on stage, brother? What's up?
Thanks. I won't take up too much of your time.
You're good, man.
I was going to say, great work. I appreciate y'all. And I just wanted to refer to Matthew 7:6. Because when I try to debate some of these Muslims, they make me dishonor myself and Christ a little bit. So just word of warning, don't throw your pearls to swine. Some people are really not trying to learn. They're just trying to, get emotion out of y'all. So God bless what y'all do. Thank you.
God bless you, brother. Thank you for coming up. Appreciate you, man. We have what Will Reed on Video Ninja. What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. What's up, man? Are you a Muslim?
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Question.
How can I help you? Is it related to the prompt?
Partially.
All right.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, what's your question then?
Question is, in John 8, okay, in John 8, right, 57 to 59, what was Jesus going to be stoned for?
For claiming equality with God.
And your claim is he is equal with God.
Well, let me ask you this. Was I there when this was happening?
Well, that's a question with a question. That's a little illogical. I'm just asking a question.
It's rhetorical because obviously the answer is no, right? Who was there during this event? Jesus and the Jews who were present, right? Okay. And when they were present, when they were going to stone him, what did they say they were going to stone him for?
For calling himself God.
Exactly. So what is your question?
Are you saying that Jesus was God? What did Jesus respond? How did he respond to them?
Jesus actually went on to explain why he has the right to call himself God. He said, if in God's word, if God called mere people God, not in a literal sense, then how much more does the Son have the right to call himself God?
Yep.
Basically.
And as a matter of fact, if we go to John 10, where it expounds upon this, right? Let me find it. I want to say it was 30. Is it 33? I and the Father are one. Right here. Look. Verse 31. The Jews picked up stones again to stone him. Jesus answered them, I have shown you many good works from the Father. For which of them are you going to stone me? 33. The Jews answered him, "It is not for a good work that we are going to stone you, but for blasphemy, because you, being a man, make yourself God." Jesus answered them, Is it not written in your law, I said you are gods? Lowercase g. Okay? Lowercase g. Very important. Verse 35. I'm not sure. There's this crazy thing going on where your mouth is moving while I was reading scripture, and I don't understand it. Verse 35. If he called them gods, again, lowercase g, to whom the word of God, uppercase G, came, and scripture cannot be broken, do you say of him whom the Father consecrated and sent into the world, you are blaspheming because I said I am the Son of God? If I am not doing the works of my Father, then do not believe me. But if I do them, even though you do not believe me, believe the works, that you may know and understand that the Father is in me and I am in the Father.
Correct.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You there?
So what you're gonna say?
Okay. So Jesus is saying two things. Two things is happening here, right? The Jews are accusing him of claiming to be God, and Jesus is saying that they are blaspheming. It'll be blasphemy to claim that he is God. He is the Son of God.
That's not what he said. No, that's not what he said. Did you hear? Here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it up on screen for you, because what I did was I read this and you decided to hear what you wanted to hear, despite the fact that I read it very slowly. The Jews answered him, "It is not for a good work that we are going to stone you, but for blasphemy, because you, being a man, make yourself God." Right?
So can I expound? So the Jews thought that he was a man claiming to be God.
Yes.
Correct? Okay. So the understanding around is that the Jews are claiming that this man is claiming to be God, which you say he came and claims to be God.
Yes. You know why? Because the understanding already was that in him claiming to be the Son of God, he was claiming to be God. That understanding was already present among them, which is why I asked you the original question, my friend. Was I there? No, I wasn't. The Jews were there, and Jesus and the Jews understood all implications being made, which is why when Jesus is saying this, he is saying, because I am claiming to be the Son of God, he acknowledges it. And even 5 chapters before this, in 5:18, it makes it clear that in claiming to be the Son of God, you are claiming to be God. Very good. So what is the contention?
So claiming to be the Son of God is not claiming to be God.
It actually is here, and I'm going to show you. Watch this.
Hold on one second. You said a lot.
No, hold on, because you're lying, dude. I don't allow people to lie. Look, right here. It's on the screen for you.
How am I lying? I'm not even talking.
Bro, because you said that Jesus claiming to be the Son of God is not claiming to be God. Okay, great. Well, here in John chapter 5, verse 18, it says Jesus is equal with God. 18. This is why the Jews were seeking all the more to unalive him, because not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. Get out of my face, man. Learn the Bible before you come up inside my stream, because I had no problem being mean. Man, let me tell you something, guys. Why is it, and this is a legitimate last question, why is it that Muslims have the audacity to tell us that we need to read the Quran holistically, but then you don't even know what the Bible says when you start cherry picking our verses? You don't even know what something actually means culturally or theologically. You're looking at transliteration and saying, but saying that you're the son of God doesn't make you God. Here's the problem, Muslims. The Jews understood that God was multi-personal. You know why they knew that Jesus claiming to be the Son of God was him claiming to be God? Because they understood that if he was the only begotten Son of God, that he was begotten eternally. And they knew that if he was begotten eternally, he was God. You guys think that just because you have taught yourself to believe lies, it means that they didn't. And Lamb, if you think that they didn't believe in a multi-personal God, read books by rabbinic scholars like Alan Siegel, who write entire books about the fact that the Jews, after the resurrection of Jesus, started changing the way that they looked at their scripture in order so that Jesus could not be looked at as the Son of God. And if you don't think that the way that they look at their scripture now is ridiculous, listen to that stupid explanation that was provided by Toby Singer on Korah's interview. Listen to how desperate he was to explain creation, relating God with earth and stardust. And tell me...
If I could...
Go ahead, Johnny, please. Go ahead, Johnny.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my computer's bugging a little bit. I just wanted to add also in John 19, you see the Pharisees continue that theme of the Son of God being himself God. Because in, I think it's verse 6 or verse 7, one of those two, they say to Pilate, he must be stoned or killed because he said, I am the Son of God. And according to our law, one such should be stoned. The law, they're taught the law of blasphemy, and I believe it's Leviticus 24. Or 23, one of the two, around there. And they're saying that because claiming to be the Son of God would make you share in the nature of God, just like a human child shares in the nature of their father. That's the thinking that they had.
Yeah.
So that's the common misconception that Unitarians and Muslims make is, oh, well, Jesus said he's the Son of God, not God. No, that title implies he's God by nature.
And more precisely, guys, the only begotten Son of God, okay? The only begotten Son of God, which makes it clear that this happened in eternity. And Jews back then, I'll be damned if you're going to tell me that Jews back then were not intimately familiar with their scripture. Believe me when I tell you, these people knew that scripture backwards and forwards. Paul was ridiculous for this. Read the letters of Paul and go into the internet and see how many references there are to the Old Testament and to prophecy when Paul would speak. You find like 2 or 3 per verse, okay? These people knew that Torah back and forth. Brother Bear, are you still there? Are you near the mic? I want to ask you something. I don't know if Bear's there.
Yeah, sorry. I'm doing something. But
you're real quick question. Because you and Word is Away literally know more about the Old Testament than anybody I know. Did the ancient Jews believe in a multi-personal God?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It would be kind of dumb for anybody to assume that they didn't. You know,
Well,
you'd have to
Muslims assume it.
Some very obvious things.
Yeah, Muslims assume it. And guys, the fact of the matter is that Toby Singer, who is one of their most renowned scholars, that explanation that he gave about the creation count in Genesis was so laughable that I could not believe that this guy is as renowned as he is. But that's what happens when you're trying to exclude the possibility of God's multi-personal nature. You have to appeal to absurdity, right? But this old man is sitting there talking to a female Muslim who has no business being on the internet anyway, according to her own people. They're both lost their minds, both of them.
I was watching a clip earlier where he was actually having a conversation with Libiano, and Libiano says to him, well, therefore we know that Jews and the Muslims worship the same God. And this guy just sits there gaga, like, wait a minute, same God. Jews believe that Adonai is Father. A Muslim would never concede to something like that. Right. In fact, they don't even agree that the Tanakh is valid. But he just sat there and sucked it all up. Like, I don't know what's going on with this guy.
But these Muslims are they don't think ahead before they do stuff. When Muhammad Hijab interviewed Bart Ehrman, he was humiliated. He actually had to take that interview down and edit the living crap out of it, because when Bart Ehrman and him got onto the subject of the cruise, I encourage you guys to go on YouTube after this. Don't leave now. Go on YouTube and search up the interview between Bart Ehrman and Muhammad Hijab. Particularly look at the section that talks about the crucifixion. Look at how Bart Ehrman openly laughed, so to speak, digitally, in Muhammad Hijab's face when he said there's no doubt about the fact that the crucifixion happened, and the atheist view does not even remotely align with the Islamic view. The historical view does not align with the Islamic view. You should see the way that Muhammad Hijab's face dropped. Like, all of the blood left his face. And it was so satisfying to watch, because these guys are so, it's like you're so desperate to speak against Christianity, you don't even bother to look at the worldview of the person you're interviewing. You think that this person agrees with you on the surface level, therefore they're going to agree with everything I say about Christianity. Ladies and gentlemen, Bart Ehrman says clearly, I believe that the New Testament has been the same. I believe that the message has been retained. I believe that there are scribal errors. I believe the message has not been changed. I believe the crucifixion happened. I believe that Jesus did believe that he was God. I don't believe he was God, but I do believe that he claimed to be the Son of God. I do believe that and this is all according to the historical documents, guys. This is not him believing it as theological. This is him believing from the decades of research that he has done on this, biblically and otherwise, where he says, I believe that the disciples felt that they saw Jesus risen after the crucifixion. These are things that I'm getting historically.
I think in that same interview too, he even, I don't know if it was that one, or I heard a lot of Bart Ehrman interviews, but that one was a really good one.
Yes.
That you mentioned, but with Muhammad Hijab, but I think it might have been that one or another one. He even mentions that, even with the scribal errors and textual variants and all these things, it's actually not a problem theologically for Christians. Like they can explain these things in different ways and it'll still logically be possible. But people assume that because he's a textual critic and used to be a Christian and became atheist, that the textual criticism is the reason why he became an atheist. It's not even the reason why. It's not even the reason. He just has a problem with evil, and that's the reason why he became an atheist.
And you know what's funny about that, Bear, is that when you talk to many atheists, that seems to be a commonality. It's the evil thing that kind of causes them to be like, I don't think a good God would allow.
Actually.
Well, Bart doesn't even.
I think it's a legitimate. Or if you don't understand Christianity, I think it's a legitimate question.
Agreed.
To ask about God.
Well, Bart doesn't even consider himself an atheist. Bart considers himself agnostic. He wrote a.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
He wrote a blog post. He wrote a blog post a couple of years back, where he was going into his own view of like a teleological sense of the world around him. It's like in reference to purpose, right? It seems like there was something he said where everything has meaning and purpose, such as that's echoey. Sorry. Everything has meaning and purpose, such as when a child points at a stone and sees that the stone is sharp, they say, okay, well, the stone is sharp because, and then they'll assign some meaning to it. They'll assign some purpose to it. The stone is sharp because, so a tiger, I think is what was said, so a tiger doesn't sit on it or something like that, right? But he went into this like whole teleological thing, and this is why he classifies himself as agnostic rather than atheist.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna have to look into that. Well, guys, it has been a slice, and last second, so Thursday, I will be, like I told you guys, I'll be doing rifle stuff. Thank you so much, Triune Triple G, for the money, God, man. God bless you, and thank you. I think somebody else sent me a headphone thing. Let me see who it was. The thing takes forever to pop up. Thank you, Shecky. Thank you so much for the retro headset. God bless you guys, man. You guys have been goated with these gifts today. Every one of you. Thursday, guys, I will be far away from my home. The rifle stuff happens far away. It happens in another state. So by the time I get home, it'll be very late and several hours past when I normally go live. So I'm going to take a break for Thursday, guys. I hope that's okay with you. And then Saturday, we will resume. Wednesday, though, which is mañana, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to do Matthew 4, guys. crossunit.net/Discord. If you are not part of the Discord, please go ahead and type that into your browser of choice, crossunit.net/Discord, and we are going to do our Bible study on Matthew chapter 4. If you miss it, that's okay. I take the VODs and they are all uploaded to Discord after that, and as well as any source material and documentation that we use, and they are all separated and they are all organized one by one. It's a good thing. Also, join Bear the Image, guys, if you are wanting to go more in depth. His Discord, they've been doing Matthew for like a year. Okay, so if you guys want to do it there, if you want to go see what he has, I would suggest doing both. Because we are all here workers of the gospel and we all can learn from one another. Something you may hear in there, you may not hear in mine, and vice versa, because we are human beings, guys, and that's just how things go when it comes to studying. Other than that, guys, please follow everybody on this panel. J49er, Bear the Image, Reformer, Bought by Blood, and Tiger. Also follow Johnny Apologetics. Follow The Word is the Way. And anybody else who wasn't able to pop up, guys, follow Chris Oki as well. Guys, I want you to pray for Chris. Chris has not been as present on debates. Chris does suffer from chronic pain, guys. He does have injuries. Chris is a service member, and has my utmost respect. I know that a lot of you have asked, and he has actually okayed for me to say this. That's the only reason why I'm saying it. I know that I've seen in my comments on TikTok and YouTube, why is that guy always laying down? Chris is laying down the majority of the time because he suffers from extraordinarily bad chronic pain from injuries he has incurred throughout his life in service to Queen and country. So please pray for Chris. He does suffer from lots of chronic pain to the point where he even loses his train of thought. Sometimes I've seen it happen when he's speaking to me. Please keep him in prayer, guys. Pray for his healing. He is one of God's greatest soldiers, and I would love one day to see where he is not enduring that adversity anymore. Having said that, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta be at work in 45 minutes. So, guys, thank you all so much.
God bless, brother.
I love every single one of you guys. Bought by Blood, amazing job on that debate yesterday, brother, and great amounts of patience that guy did not deserve. So, take care of yourselves, guys. I love you guys.